songs, but like re-updates them.
Fun track.
Shit,
There's some stuff it does that I like, and some stuff it does that I really don't care for. I think probably one of the more like hard to like nail down whether I like it or not changes involves entirely around the Ghost of Christmas Present, because they basically portray him as like this almost like fey like giant, and his singing style is very like jazz funk, which makes a lot more sense when I looked up his voice actor, and like the first thing that came up is that he played the genie in the West End production of Aladdin.
All right.
But also he's got these little like troll knockoffs called cheerlings that are basically his goons.
Cheerleaders.
Like they're basically a minion symptom.
Ah, I see.
Welcome to London Gaming. I fucked up and hit the thing a little too early.
Oh shit, are we live?
Yeah, I accidentally hit it when you started talking about the Scrooge movie, and I was like, ah, crap.
No, you're fine. Yeah, no, so I'm just gonna, like, while Kevin finishes getting set up, I'm gonna just, like, rant about this weird Netflix Christmas Carol adaptation, because I love A Christmas Carol, so I love looking into, like, weird adaptations of it. But,
they ossified Scrooge.
yeah, no, he's got DILF energy, as much as the internet has decided.
The world's latest Tumblr sexy man is actually Ebenezer Scrooge. Who would have thought?
Who would have? Well, I mean, when you seem to like visually age him down a bit and give him Luke Evans' voice, it's kind of inevitable.
Yeah.
But like, I actually, other than like that questionable choice of like the weird little like troll knockoffs, I do like a lot of the character designs. Like Marley looks fantastic, actually. Hold on. Scrooge, 2022, Marley. Let's see if that gets me anything.
Yeah. So anyways, normally I do like a weapon roulette wheel or something like that to keep this stuff entertaining and stuff, but right now I kind of just want to get to Sunbreak. So forgive me if I'm not like doing this. I also realized we turned off all the redeems ever, so every time I mentioned redeems, turns out that they weren't going through. Also, we have a cool cutscene now, because I haven't fought Rajang yet. So, fun fact, Rajang often goes up head-to-head with Kieran, eats its horns, and that's how it gains electrical powers.
Whoa.
Yep.
I mean, Rajang is the horned monkey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that one definitely became kind of a meme. Not in a bad way, necessarily.
Yeah. Also, Tim would love it, because it just fucking grabs monsters and slams them onto the ground and punches shit.
But no, like, Tim, for explanation's sake, this is Marley in the movie. And to me, like, Marley is one of those character designs that the core concept seems very simple, but that's why I enjoy it a lot when someone does a unique take on it, or like a very extravagant take on it.
Oh yeah, give me a minute. Shit.
God, it's been a while. I have forgotten all of my spirit bug routes, or spirit bird routes.
Spirit bird?
Yeah.
Another thing it does, I don't know if this was taken from the 1970 version, but they keep the way they incorporate the fact that at the end of his like time as the clock strikes 3, the Ghost of Christmas Present ages and dies. They kind of do something that I thought was interesting, where they have him become the Ghost of Christmas Future.
Ghost of Christmas Future. Oh.
As in, he literally dies and withers away and gets back up as the Ghost of Christmas Future.
That's cool. kinda.
But again, like it's also a mixed bag. Like there's some awkward stuff. It's got that kind of like cheap 3D animation sheen to it, where everything looks a little plasticky.
Oh, like the Troll Hunter show.
Kinda, yeah. As much as I
Okay.
love Del Toro and like and all that, yeah.
No, I'm kidding. That show actually looks pretty good.
But it also kind of like beats you over the head with some stuff. Like every time Scrooge is supposed to realize this is calling back to something that previously happened to him, it'll literally like time will crack around him, so he'll have a like overlay showing it.
All right.
Little too over the head with that. They also have some stuff. Again, this could easily be a change from the '70s movie. There's just some changes that like seem pointless. Like Tim, I don't know how familiar you are with A Christmas Carol, but what is Scrooge's nephew named?
Didn't know this. Is it Tom?
No.
Fuck, what was his nephew? I've known him for so long.
In most of the adaptations I've seen, his name is Fred.
That's
Except in this, where his name's Harry for some reason.
Like Styles?
Yes, Kevin, like Harry Styles.
They also incorporate this weird thing where, like, when he's like with the Ghost of Christmas Past, he sees like when he was first like started working for Marley, where like they basically like throw this baker's family out on the street because they couldn't pay his debts. And as like they're walking away, Scrooge looks like present day Scrooge, who's viewing all this, looks at the like youngest child from that family, sees that child has heterochromia, as in the thing that has you have two different colored eyes, and then has that pieced together that's young Bob Cratchit, his employee, who also now has heterochromia for the sole purpose of making this weird connection.
Incredible.
Yeah, there's some weird shit. One thing I found out is apparently from the original that I thought was hilarious is when they first go to the future, you know how it has that the typical adaptation has that whole thing where it's like they never directly refer to Scrooge, just that someone has died and people are very happy for it.
Yeah.
In this case, it's a musical. There's a music number of all Scrooge's debtors called "Thank You Very Much," where they literally parade as his coffin is carried off to the cemetery.
That's beautiful.
Where they just are singing "Thank you very much for dying" and like getting out of our lives.
Scrooge just comes back and no, fuck all you.
I don't know. I'd be like, fuck. They wrote a whole musical number about how much they hate me. I must really suck.
This one, again, I haven't seen the original 1970 version, but in this one, Scrooge is so fucking like egotistical and like tone deaf, like, in like situationally unaware, that he doesn't see the coffin and he just assumes these people are actually celebrating him.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, it's real dumb.
Also, I kind of dig Marley's look, like the Disney's Hades kind of look to it.
I just love the idea, so that like it's often like a thing in some adaptations that like Marley has the two coins over his eyes because that was a tradition for a long time, especially with people who dealt in money. So to have those like constantly over his eyes and like literally emblazoned, I thought that was a nice aesthetic touch.
Yeah. Here's my question, guys. When are we gonna do the Little Night Gaming Christmas Carol?
I mean, are you saying this just because you want to play the Ghost of Christmas Present?
Fuck you.
I'm
Fuck you.
sorry.
Wow.
You're a big guy and you're ginger. I don't know what you want. You have a beard, you're ginger. I don't know what to say here.
I just figured you would want to do it.
I mean, I do, but I don't look the part.
Well, which part?
Oh no, I thought you were saying you thought I'd want to be the Ghost of Christmas Present.
I figured you would want to do the story in general.
I mean, again, it's one of my favorite like classical like stories, and like I think the idea of like the lost tradition of telling ghost stories around Christmas is a fantastic thing.
Yeah. Well, wait, here's the question: who would play Scrooge in our group?
Well, I think it has to be Kevin.
I mean, kind of. But, like, that's just such not me, though.
I know, but it's your channel.
I know it's my channel and it's my choice, but, like, I am the least Scroogiest of every single person in the
Kevin
planet.
Scrooge and his brother is Jacob Marley.
Oh my God.
Yes, by the way, yes, I did almost say
Here's the
Bob
thing.
Marley.
Real talk, if I ever had, like, if I could play any role I wanted in a good production of A Christmas Carol, I would either go for Ghost of Christmas Present or Marley, because those are my two favorite, like, of the ghost characters. Marley, even though Marley's scene is short, he gets to, like, be such a dramatic bitch over the whole thing. I love it.
Be careful!
Like, I once went to the yearly production of Christmas Carol at Ford's Theater in D.C., and they do this fantastic effect, I'm sure it's not unique to this production, where they literally have it rigged up so, like, Marley waves his arm as Scrooge is doubting him, and literally, like, with Scrooge on it, sends his bed spinning across the stage.
Here's the other question: who's playing Bob Cratchit?
Be careful!
I mean, like, of all the people we know,
Of this group, I guess. Yeah,
I don't know.
it's Chase.
Frankly, that's the main thing. Our group isn't big enough to do a full production.
I know people I can bring in.
I should have played a practice session because I forgot all the buttons.
I was just thinking, like, I don't think Kevin's played Monster Hunter in a bit.
All I know is I smashed face and it good. Okay, I broke one horn. Fuck.
The other great effect they had in Marley's scene at Ford's Theater production, when I saw it at least, was there was either a mirror or a portrait above Scrooge's fireplace, and they have, like, the lightning flash and Marley appears inside the frame.
Get back here!
That's cool as shit.
Like, it's just some nice little theater magic. I love it.
Theater magic is so fucking.
That's the
Oh.
other. That's the other thing. Again, this Netflix one is such a mixed bag. There's some stuff I really like how they did, and there's some stuff I'm like, oh, why'd you do that? One thing I really liked how they did is, and they even call attention to this, they make Marley's entrance so over the top.
I mean,
Because basically, so the lead into it is, like, Scrooge has this song as he's, like, walking home from his office, like, called Tell Me, where he's, like, just lamenting the fact that everyone just goes about their lives merrily when he's, like, such a bitter person, and he's like, why should I have to tolerate them?
yeah.
And the whole time you see this, like, basically blue, like, energy, like, appearing in different places. That's clearly Marley following him along. And when Marley finally, like, manifests in the room, before he even appears, the fireplace itself freezes, like, covered in ice, and the ice, like, stretches across the room, freezing every light source in the room, including freezing the flames in place.
Oh, fuck. Please don't barf in my face.
Like, it, and again, Marley even says, like, forgive the theatrics, but the people in charge insist on a certain kind of pageantry.
Eh.
And I do love how they kind of. Don't remember, to
Wait,
me, like,
there's another reason why I would fit perfect for Ghost Christmas Present. I wear a robe all the time. Like, if I have no clothes that I want to wear, I'm just in a robe.
Yep. Some of our people in college wore capes. Tim just wore a robe everywhere.
Wait, I didn't wear a
Also,
robe at all.
I'm gonna apologize right now to anyone, like, watching this, because they let me get started on, like, musical theater, and now you can't fucking stop me. But
Oh no, it's better to listen to musical theater than a guy who keeps accidentally pressing the shoulder buttons because he finished God of War 2. And that's the button that removes your weapon.
I think we've all been there, Kevin. Don't worry.
I'm there every other day of the week.
like to me, like one thing that's always been like that stuck me about a good adaptation of Marley is that like he laments that he's like forced to keep moving. Like he can't, like he's doing everything in his power to stay long enough to tell Scrooge what's going to happen. They kind of don't do this in this, but I kind of like what they do instead in a way. Like I wouldn't want it as the norm, but I appreciate it as a little like, different thing once in a while. Where they basically, after he manifests, he just very quickly plops down into Scrooge's chair. And when Scrooge says, "You're supposed to be dead," he just like looks up at him. Dead, tired, more like. And he just starts to have this very casual conversation with Scrooge. And he's like, now, and after he said, like, he does the thing where I said he apologizes for the theatrics, he says, but I believe the two of us can have a much more civilized discussion about this, don't you? Scrooge then proceeds to say, I know what this is. I must have fallen asleep in front of the fire. This is a dream. And Marley just kind of says, very well, and launches back into the whole, like, imposing, mournful ghost bit. Because again, that's the other thing. Marley was, like, Scrooge's only friend. Like, it's the whole reason he actually takes, like, so many steps to try to help Scrooge avoid his fate is because he considered him a friend.
Yeah. Jack, what's the worst adaptation of the Dickens novel?
I mean, that's the thing. It's been adapted so many times, it's hard to fucking, like, pinpoint that.
How about the Looney Tunes one?
I'm sorry, Bah Humduck is a masterpiece. And I will not hear this slander.
Just wanted to see what your thoughts were. Wasn't criticizing it.
Kevin, are you familiar with the masterpiece that is Bah Humduck?
Oh, I remember that.
Where Daffy is the Scrooge equivalent, and he's the owner of a department store.
The world's largest department store, fucking apparently.
And the fucking ghosts where it was like, it was Granny, Yosemite Sam, and Taz in that order.
All of whom fit perfect. Who's the Ghost Christmas past for us? I didn't even think about that.
It's Granny and Tweety.
No, I know.
Oh, in our group?
Yeah.
I think we could rope Rachel into doing it.
I think she would love to do that. Alright. I got me thinking of fucking Christmas Carol.
Like, just fan casting our friend group into a Christmas Carol.
Well, it is December. What better time of the year to be doing such a thing? Stop.
Also-
Now, who's gonna play Bobcat Goldthwait?
I'm very good at being depressed, so I could be the guy that's fired.
Well, you're Scrooge.
Oh, fuck, you're right, though. God damn it.
Also, I appreciate that Kevin knew who I was referring to.
What do you mean?
I don't remember
Bobcat
his name.
Goldthwait was the character in Scrooge, the Bill Murray movie, Elliot Loudermilk, the executive he fires at the beginning of the movie for questioning him.
Oh, wait, was that played by Rick Moranis, if I'm not wrongly...
No, Rick Moranis isn't in Scrooge.
God damn it. Wrong person. Why did I think that
You
was
did.
Rick Moranis? He's definitely not in that
Rick
movie.
Moranis has worked with Bill Murray in the past, and it's like a similar vibe, I suppose.
Is this another thing to blame Ghostbusters on? Ah, fuck.
Probably.
Probably.
No. Oh, fuck. Sorry.
Jesus, just fucking press the button.
I am pressing the...
Not you, Kevin. Sorry.
But no, he's... Spoilers for the Bill Murray movie adaptation, Scrooge. Good movie. It's old, so I'm not going to worry too much about spoilers. Bobcat Goldthwait plays this, like... Bill Murray plays, like, the Scrooge equivalent, who's a TV exec, who is ironically, like, they're putting on a, like, telecast of Christmas Carol on Christmas Eve. And at the beginning of the movie, one of his, like, board members, played by Bobcat Goldthwait, questions him, and so he immediately has him fired. And the rest of the movie, we just occasionally cut to him as his life just fucking falls apart till he shows up again in the third act with a shotgun planning to kill Murray.
Good movie.
Nice one.
And in his own words, blind, drinking, drunk. Like, every time we cut back to him, like, he lost his job. His wife left, or he's gonna have to move into a studio apartment. His wife leaves with the kids. He's become alcoholic, but he keeps losing his booze. Like, it just gets more depressing every time we cut back to him.
What's the fucking... I just remembered something. What about the Jim Carrey adaptation of...
Okay. I've talked to you about this before. So, for those who don't know, Robert Zemeckis, the guy who... little background version. Robert Zemeckis, the guy who made Back to the Future, became really fascinated by mocap animation at one point, to the point where he developed an entire studio for it. This studio is responsible for everything from Beowulf to Polar Express to Mars Needs Moms.
Yeah, that's one of them out of business.
But one of the ones they did was a animated adaptation of A Christmas Carol for Disney. It starred Jim Carrey not only as the ghost, as Ebenezer Scrooge, but as all three ghosts of past, present, and future, and also maybe Marley. I can't remember.
I think he played Marley too. Yeah.
Again, I think the whole bit was just having Carrey play like all the ghosts and Scrooge. It made for some interesting effects, but I have a soft spot for it, but it's definitely a mixed bag because like similar to, but I think to a lesser degree to the new Netflix one. It's got some stuff it does really well in my opinion, but it also has some stuff it's like, why did you do that? For example, trying to like pump up this whole like action, like this big grand animation scale. They have a lot of action sequences and set pieces for some reason that just feel unnecessary. Like when the ghost, I feel like when they got to the Ghost of Christmas Future segment, they realized they like needed to pad time, so they just have this whole sequence where the ghost summons this like spectral carriage driver that chases Scrooge throughout the streets. He gets shrunken down to the size of a rat for some reason. It's a whole weird thing.
Get the fuck with them.
But on the other hand, like, say what you want about how uncanny the mocap animation can look sometimes. They do some stuff with expressions that really fucking sells it. There's a scene in the Ghost of Christmas Future scene where, like, it's the bit where the ghost takes him to Bob Cratchit's house and kind of like reveal that Tiny Tim dies, and how it's like torn up that family and how it's torn up Bob Cratchit.
They'll find Tiny Tim.
And so we see Bob Cratchit return from the cemetery, and like kind of like talking to his family and saying, "Oh, it's a nice spot, and like, don't worry, we'll get through this." And then like Scrooge is like peering, even though no one can see him, is peering down from the stairs leading to the upper floor, like into the kitchen, seeing the family have this discussion. And Cratchit goes to walk upstairs, and as soon as he's out of sight of his family, but now unknowingly looking dead on into Scrooge, Scrooge just sees the brave face drop and just this completely destroyed man, like just left like a husk up by the death of his son. And it, again, I don't know if this was like hand animation tweaking it or if this was the performance of the mocap actor, but it's just so fucking effective.
Yeah. That's the one thing you have to admire with that studio was they really tried to put all the money on the screen with that entire animation.
Again, like the whole studio was founded because Zemeckis was fascinated by the stuff. An interesting thing comes from the fact that, like I said, the ghosts are all played by Carrie as well, and they kind of like. I feel like one of the ghosts that gets changed the most often, just because everyone wants to do their own twist on it, is the Ghost of Christmas Past.
Yeah.
Like as far as I can remember, I haven't told the real thing. Dickens basically describes it as like as if a human and a candle were fused together, and it was like a very androgynous but childlike figure, which leads to some weird effects when it's like Jim Carrey trying to do this weird, like, I'm sure someone told him, what does a candle sound like to you, Jim? And so it's this weird whispery voice, and it comes off as very odd. He like draws out his S's, which I'm sure is meant to sound like a burning wick or anything like that. But
Removing this trap!
but they also incorporate a thing where, like, again, like it's unclear like if this is a young boy or a young girl. So at one point, like the face of the ghost like shifts rapidly between the faces of different people Scrooge knew, which is pretty fucking terrifying. That's the other thing. This one doesn't hold back on the darker elements of the Dickens story, and sometimes I think goes further with them.
It's like, let's scare the shit out of some kids.
But a great example of that, and weirdly enough, one of the ghosts I think he actually Carrie plays best is the ghost of Christmas Present. And maybe it's because, like, with the big beard, it's harder to immediately tell that it's Carrie, because they do still model him, like, the characters after him in a little bit. Although he does, like, even then he gets a little grim, and then they go to the scene I mentioned. They kind of reference it. It's always the one scene that more family-friendly adaptations are afraid to touch, and that is the ghost of Christmas Present only is the ghost for this Christmas. And so as the day progresses, he will age and then by the end of the night die. And they have a very drawn out scene in this one where we watch him age and disintegrate into a skeleton, all while cackling madly. Also, even when he's
I forgot about
still
that
got
scene.
eyeballs and eyelids for some reason in the skull. It's weird.
Yeah, I remember that scene.
Again, kind of a mixed bag of an adaptation, but one I'm kind of nostalgic for and I hold a bit of a soft spot for, so I'll watch it like probably once a holiday.
What's your favorite Christmas movie, Kevin?
Oh god, that's a good question. What's the movie Christmas? I have to. I never really thought about it actually. There's a lot of good ones.
Kevin's having an
Probably
existential question.
Elf, maybe? Elf was like one of the classic ones me and my family watched.
That's a good choice, though.
Yeah.
It's not like the best choice, but it's a good choice.
Now, Kevin, you're free to say you haven't seen both of them, but which is the... I've talked to Tim about this, and I do think there isn't, like, a definitive answer, but which is the better version of Miracle on 34th Street?
Oh, god.
The original 1947 or the Richard Attenborough remake from the 90s?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said David Attenborough. I'm like, wait, what?
Richard Attenborough, Jurassic Park guy.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I remember seeing them, at least. Like, I think I saw... I know I at least saw a lot of ads with, like, the girl that played Matilda.
Yeah, she plays the young girl in the 90s remake.
Yeah. I just don't think I've seen it, actually. I don't think I've seen it at all.
Oh, I highly recommend watching them. And personally, I think, and we might get flack in the comments for this, I think overall the original is a much better movie, but I've got a real soft spot for Attenborough as Santa. Like, it works weirdly well for me. But, like, I recommend watching either version if you can find them. Like, they're fantastic movies.
Of course.
Some people might say Mara Wilson's a little too, like, over-the-top cutesy in it, but fucking Mara Wilson's a badass, so I don't fucking bother with that.
Mm-hmm.
I do love Mara Wilson.
One of the best child actors of our time,
Well,
I think.
she survived the system as a relatively healthy adult, so fuck
Yep.
yeah. More power to her. Because child acting chews up and spits out kids. Goddamn.
Yeah.
I think between her
It's,
and
Isn't
Drew Barrymore,
Yep.
those are two examples of child actors coming out of the system relatively healthy.
I mean, like this was a whole thing earlier this year. Jeanette McCurdy literally wrote a book called "I'm Glad My Mom Died," just about like how much like being like forced into that situation fucked her up.
Yeah, it ain't fun. Fucking child actor parents are terrible people. For the most part. I mean, look at Macaulay Culkin's dad, too. He's a fucking bastard.
Temporarily moving away from Christmas movies to recent topics in the news. So the Trump organization was found guilty of fraud, which is like, hell yeah, guilty on all charges. That's really cool. The only like consequence is like $1 million and change in fines, which is nothing to them.
Yep. Oh, Toasty Waffle was playing Mario Kart.
Playing Mario Party?
Mario Kart. I don't know if it shows up on the capture, but I'm just like, oh, hey! Let's see. Okay, I think I haven't. My one, like. Ugh. My one, like, gripe about this game, if I have any, is definitely the Spirit Birds mechanic. But otherwise, like. Yeah. I don't know, it's like my one complaint, because I'm spending most of my time collecting these birds instead of actually doing the thing. But then again, the rest of the game is still really good. God damn it. Why do I keep going into this? Let's see. It's underneath me.
Ow. Ow. My leg.
Yeah, we really should, like, plan out the next session for D&D and stuff. As I really do want to go back into that, even if it's off camera.
Yeah.
You bitch. How dare you run away from me? Get the fuck back here. Anyways. That's not a threat, by the way. That was, totally accidental.
Oh, yeah, sure. It's totally accidental, bud.
Yeah, you know, this was coincidentally timed after, after the fucker ran away from me. But anyways, for those of you who don't know, I'm currently on vacation now. So, I'm gonna try to stream a little bit more often. I'm also gonna be using this time to finish up a bit more projects, like, actually finally have time to work on TikToks and shit.
I mean, if that wasn't obvious from the fact that we're streaming on a Tuesday.
Well, oh fuck, it is. I thought it was Wednesday.
Nope.
I thought it was Wednesday, too. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, no, baby. Please. Yes.
Oh, okay, the wrong monster. God damn you giant-tailed leviathans. Anyways, this is Almarodon. However you pronounce it. This is a giant mud lizard. Or a mud leviathan. He makes things out of mud.
I wish I could make things out of mud.
Basically, I don't remember what he's based
What's
off
that?
of, but
What's that bit from Monsters University when Mike Wazowski finds a quarter? He's like, oh, cool, quarter. I wish I had pockets.
Yeah.
It's just stupid bit.
ah fuck, he has the giant mud wrecking ball now.
It came in like a wrecking ball.
Well, he did, actually. And if it wasn't for my explosive toad, that would have gone terribly wrong. You know, only things you get to say in a Monster Hunter game. I was saved by my explosive toad. Fuck. Now, hopefully my bipedal cat can take it out.
Whoa, what is this, Pokemon?
Kinda. Like, basically, Palicos are, are basically Meowths, if we're going with the Pokemon one. They're basically Meowths that, have harness the ability of weapons and utilities. So imagine a Meowth, but walking with a giant explosive barrel like that.
Imagine a Meowth if it was Digimon.
Fuck, you're right, it is Digimon. Digimon's also... Man, I've been also going over a series I kind of want to do over break, because of things. I think Digimon would be one. I don't know.
Don't overwork
Let us
yourself
know in the
too
comments what kind of series are popular and hip nowadays.
much. Like we ever did.
We never do, but like, it's always nice to know if people really want to see us do a game. Because otherwise we're just kind of going off the seat of my hat, and then some people are like, why the hell are they playing this game? It's outdated.
Real quick, the seat of your hat?
The brim of my hat?
The seat of your pants.
Oh, so I've been wearing my hats wrong then.
He's wearing his hats on his butt, apparently. It's butt hat.
I don't know. Apparently that's what my head is telling me.
Good.
I'll return. I have to use the bathroom.
I was reading about, like, how George of the Jungle really affected Brendan Fraser.
Aww.
A little bit, like how he starved himself to get his the role, and how his brain would misfire.
I mean, like, I think it's fucked up that a lot of actors do really, like, not great things to their body in order to, like, get into a certain, like, physique for a role.
Yeah. I just like how my brain can misfire without doing any of that shit. Like, here's part of the thing about, like, acting, like, it's really... a lot, as we've established beforehand with child actors, it really kind of sucks sometimes. Especially if you get, like, a really crappy producer, and, like, the tremendous amount of stress is, like, not as healthy as it could be. Why is that fucker in a rock? But, yeah, I don't know how I got on this train, actually.
Well, typically you buy a ticket, you go to the station, and then you get on board, and the conductor will typically ask to see your ticket to make sure you're supposed to be on there.
Well, yeah, but here's how my brain works. It just kind of buys a ticket, and then for some weird reason my body tries to catch up with that ticket. And I'm like, where am I going with this? And then I try to go somewhere. And then it stops midway and it's like, tickets please. And I show him the ticket and he's like, oh, you're actually on the wrong train. And I'm like, what do you mean I'm on the wrong train? This is the train that my brain decided to go on. It's like, well, yeah, but you clearly don't know what you're talking about, so clearly this can't be the train that you paid for. And then I stutter, and I try to resolve myself, and I try to figure out where my brain's going, and then I fail. And that is half of the conversations on this show. So anyways, one of the cool things about this monster... It's like fucking being a tour guide. One of the cool things about this monster is that it makes little platforms out of mud for you to jump off of and beat it up. Wow, this is like if IGN was like really bad. Oh, now it's doing an ultimate. Oh god, no. Please die. Of course not. Why would you? It's like... Oh, I remember what I was trying to do. I was trying to remember what yokai this is based off of. Because apparently all the monsters in this game are loosely based off of yokai. Like, the umbrella one is like a bird that moves around very weirdly. And then uses its wings to defend itself, and when it does that, it kind of looks like an umbrella. I have no idea what Alamador is.
How do you spell its name?
Oh, Almudron. Almudron, so A-L-M-U-D-R-O-N.
Almudron.
Its name literally has mud in it. It just clicked for me. Oh, hey Sylvie, what's up?
So Almudron is based on a yokai called Dorotabo. It's a mud spirit that emerges from rice paddies. The mud in rice paddies, while not completely dangerous, it looks like a decrepit, bald body that's blind in one eye.
Excuse me?
But Kevin was asking what the monster Almudron that he's fighting is based on, because most of the monsters in Monster Hunter Rise are based on yokai.
Right.
But like basically just picture like a one-eyed muddy, like corpse made of mud emerging out of a rice paddy, and that's that guy.
I don't know, maybe we should call him a rice cake, because he's really kicking the shit out of me.
What?
Sorry, I was about to say, because he's about to be a piece of cake, but then he started beating me up, and I was like, now I have to rephrase this.
Kevin, that's silly.
Yeah, well, I kind of panicked, I'll be honest. I was debating, because my initial thought was I looked at the chat, and I was like, oh, it's an artist, but with its own death. And I'm like, oh, are you talking about yourself, or are you talking about this monster? And then I was like, oh, I need to focus now, I'm getting my butt kicked. And then I was like, it's formed from a rice cake. I mean, a rice patty. And then I started thinking about the original rice cake. Again,
really
my brain train makes crazy fucking stops. And I
I
can't.
can really go for the rice cake right now.
Okay. It does.
Also, for the record, Acnosum, the crane type monster, bird wyvern that you were talking about earlier. So that one's based on a yokai. It's technically inspired by two yokai. The visual design is based on Kasa Obake, which is a type of yokai where basically it's said that if an object has existed for over a certain period of time, it gains a soul. If that object was treated well, it'll become a very like benefic soul.
Yeah.
But if it was treated poorly, it'll turn into a yokai as and with the Kaso Obake, it's that, but with a parasol. Usually, it's depicted as a parasol with 2 human arms and 1 human leg instead of its like handle, as well as 1 eye poking out of the side and a large tongue.
Oh my god. Somnicant. Why? Not again.
But with Aknosom, when it's perching and like waiting, it kind of like bundles itself up and stands on 1 leg. So its crest on its head looks like the 1 eye, and its wings and like head plumage looks like the umbrella.
Right. Nice. Also,
However, the thing is, Aknosom has fire abilities, which Kaso Obake definitely does not, considering it's often a paper
fuck.
parasol.
I'm really not doing well. I forgot to land the Mounted Punisher.
But so the fire abilities basically come from a different yokai called or it's not even a yokai, but a creature called the Basan, which basically it's be very reductive and simplistic, so I don't have to go through the whole thing. It's a fire-breathing chicken.
Wait, what?
Basan.
Okay, I didn't know the fire-breathing chicken part.
That's
No.
where Aknosom gets his fire powers.
Nope.
Cockbird, fire crotch. There you go.
Oh, it's dead.
Well, that's great.
That was pretty uncinematic. Sorry, I was laughing at the comment a little bit. Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez.
Because, like, now my head's thinking, like, man, which Monster Hunter monster would the furry community really go after?
All of them. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I don't know why my brain went like this. Probably because of my friend, but, like, this is all the shit, like...
I mean, are there any wolf monsters?
Yeah. No, well, yeah. I think this new one has one. The original one had, like, 2 wolf monsters. I was thinking Magnamalo, because he has both... Because I think Magnamalo, of all the creatures, has the closest thing to a dad bod. And if there's anything that now my cursed Twitter has become, and can confirm, I think it would be any monster that can be defined as dad bod. And this is an awkward conversation, brought to you by Lone Knight Gaming.
Here at Lone Knight Gaming, we must confirm that Kevin is in fact a furry.
I'm not.
Well, so again, while we're talking about monsters in Monster Hunter Rise and their folklore inspirations, Magnamalo is based on the idea that a samurai's vengeful spirit can possess its armor. So that's why his aesthetic is very like samurai-esque with the big crest on his head, and why he emanates that like dark energy all the time.
Yep. The dark energy of vengeance.
What would you like to do? These are the available quests.
Tigrex or Diablos? Which one seems more interesting to you?
I mean, Tigrex probably.
Alright, let's go fight a tiger that's also a dinosaur, that also has wings.
Dinosaur!
Let's see, what's another good monster in this that's based on folklore? The Tetranodon is almost entirely based on Kappa.
Pretty much. It's Kappa if it decided to pick up sumo wrestling.
Well, so that's the thing. In some stories, in some folklore, Kappa were actually very fascinated by sumo wrestling.
Alright, since this is a monster that basically doesn't have any elements, I really need a better electrical hammer equipment.
Yeah, you do.
Thanks for confirming or denying these details. I also have to remember what the hell Tigrex is weak against. Because, like, I've just been kind of cheesing it and going for the Magnamalo Blast Hammer, which is now fully maxed out because I had time, apparently, before this happened.
Let's see.
Oh my god, I fucking have to kill all the Elder Dragons like this.
Oh, another great example is Izuchi, and more importantly, Great Izuchi, are based on the yokai, the Kama Itachi, aka the Sickle Weasel.
Yep.
To my understanding, the Kama Itachi were basically a folkloric explanation for a phenomena that would occur when passing through very windy and cold areas, where people would find cuts on themselves that are very small and don't bleed, but they don't know where they came from. So the folklore explanation became that there are these small weasels with sickle-like limbs that made a game out of riding on wind and like riding past travelers and like making these small cuts and seeing how many they could make without causing blood to draw.
Yep.
It was also said in some versions that they worked in teams where one would make the cut and the other two would like apply a salve and heal the cut.
Alright, where's this fucking raven? Hold
Like
on a
enough
second.
that it would stop the bleeding, but the cut would still be visible. What was actually happening is a natural phenomena that people observe, where basically in those environments your skin can dry out in such a way that the wind can cause like a heavy and sharp wind can cause like very small cuts to appear that aren't deep enough to draw blood by any means, but it is noticeable.
Yep. The lizard get the ore. Anyway.
But again, this idea of like blade appendaged weasels riding on wind is why the Azuchi and the Great Azuchi have that attack where they spin in circles as they move towards you, swinging around their sickle blade.
Yeah, their tail. Which is funny because they're lizards, and every time I think of lizards, I always...
Yeah, but how many of these are classified as wyverns?
No. That's not what I meant. I just remember I was about to go into like a whole childhood memory of how the first monster I ever fought was a monster called the Great Jagras and how I miss it. Even though it's just a shitty, even worse.
Jagras is still around.
The Great Jagras isn't in modern Monster Hunter games anymore, man.
It was in World. That's
The
one
Great
game
Jagras.
ago.
Oh fuck! I meant the Great Jaggy.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? The Great
No.
Jagras is around.
See, here's the confusion. As soon as they advertised the Jagras, I'm like, I know for a fact I'm gonna constantly confuse this for the Great Jagras. Or for the Great Jaggy, which was the first thing I ever fought. And there was this event where, like, you would fight 4 of them in a row. And at the end of the event, you would get, like, a mask of a Jaggy. That was my first introduction to that sort of thing. So I was like, oh, this is fun and a good way to earn money. Even though I was really obsessed with capturing things. Oh, fuck. Right.
Let's see, another one. Mizitsune is based on a kitsune, but more specifically a very famous specific kitsune, Tamamo no Me.
Oh god, no.
Kitsune being like magical fox spirits in Japanese mythology who are often like tricksters of some kind.
Yep. And then, of course, there's everyone's favorite idol, Kitsune Miku.
Hatsune Miku? Oh my god, I love her 12th album. Oh fucking
Somnacanth is a mix of both Japanese and Western myths about mermaids.
love.
Yep. The monk snail is that giant, like, that giant
say,
water
Jim?
creature.
I was gonna say I love mermaids, but I don't think that's true, actually.
I mean,
I can't, like...
most folklore about mermaids doesn't end well for the humans who find them.
Yeah.
No.
I keep
I
thinking
don't think
about
it
that
ever
one
actually
episode
ends well.
of Futurama where Fry goes down to Atlanta and, like, marries the, like, the fucking mermaid princess.
Oh yeah, the lost city of Atlanta.
You know, we got a lot of things. The park, the Coca-Cola factory,
The Atlanta
airport.
the Atlanta Airport, one of the biggest Delta hubs in the world.
Jesus. Sorry. Have you guys ever been to Atlanta?
No, actually, I've been there for a like layover, but that's not really saying anything.
I always think about what's the fucking thing? Made in Georgia? Is that in Atlanta? Is Made in Georgia that, like, that
Well,
film
Made
company?
in Georgia is like a state thing.
No. It's like at the end of Family Feud and everything. Is that, like, actually Georgia, or is it just Georgia Films?
Well, that's... that is kind of the production. Well, I don't know actually. It's a good question.
If
No,
made in
it's-
Georgia,
It literally just means that the production was done in the state of Georgia. It's a logo devised by the Georgia Department of Economic Development.
oh, so Family Feud is in Georgia.
Some aspect of production is in Georgia.
That's why all the Marvel movies end with that, because most of them are filmed out in Georgia still.
Basically, Georgia Entertainment Industries is a tax incentive program that provides funding for films and TV shows filmed in Georgia. So anytime you see that, like the Peach logo, that means that they participated in that.
Yes.
Now, get used to not seeing that logo for a while.
Why? What happened?
I just know a lot of studios are not too happy with Georgia government, so they're trying to stay away.
Oh.
It's a whole thing. It's not really worth getting into. I just remember this is mostly like last year's drama, but a lot of production started moving out of.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking
I don't
of
know how
speaking
long
of which,
that's
the Georgia
passed.
runoffs are today.
Oh, I didn't know that. I mean, I wouldn't, 'cause, you know, I don't live there, but
Well, the reason I've been paying attention is that I really don't want Herschel Walker to win. And good news, currently he's not. Like, that man is not mentally well.
Please.
yeah, that's not shocking.
But, like, not in the way of, like, oh, he's just a corrupt old man. No, as in this is, like, not that old a guy who has suffered so many concussions in his life that I don't think he's mentally fit.
Stop.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Please.
It's the guy who, at his debate, where at the beginning of this debate, he and his opponent were both told they cannot use props. Later, after it was brought up, whipped out his honorary deputy police badge, and then kept insisting when he was told you can't have props. This isn't a prop; it's real. His exact words.
That's awesome. I mean, no, it's
And
fucking
for the record,
horrible,
he
but
thought he was defending the fact that everyone points out to him that badge means nothing, which it doesn't.
See, here are the Jaggy and Jagia, but the great Jagras is still... Jaggy is still missing. Fuck me! How many times?
Oh, how could I have almost ignored my favorite yokai-based monster in this game, the Bishiten?
Oh, yeah.
So while actual, like, biology-wise, he's based on, like, primates, his design and folklore inspiration is that of the Karasa Tengu. Which basically are a series of humanoid bird yokai who are said to be incredibly talented at martial arts. You're like a lot of yokai, you'll see two sides to it. Because as far as we're aware, Tengu were originally basically made as a way to like demonize certain sects of Buddhism that were away from the norm. But other folklore started to come about that if you like won the favor of the Tengu, they would impart like their secrets of martial arts on you. An interesting thing that makes it into Bishiten's design is there are typically two major archetypes of Tengu. The Karasu Tengu, which are more bird-like, they have like crow-like faces with beaks, and the Dai Tengu, which are basically the higher Tengu, who rather than having the bird faces, have typically bright red humanoid faces with very long noses.
Doesn't die mean it's a little larger, or?
I couldn't say accurately, but one thing the Dai Tengu are often depicted with is a fan made out of leaves that is used to control the wind. And so with Bishiten's design, his tail is like a very large palm in the shape of that fan. Additionally, like his fur / plumage is like done in a way to represent the Buddhist clothes that the Tengu are said to wear, including the horn crest on his head representing this small sort of cup-like hat that they were said to wear. That's part of Buddhist traditions in some areas.
Oh, he's Cuphead.
But most of his stuff that mostly ties into the ape inspirations and another piece of Japanese
Please no.
folklore is he'll chuck fruit at you, and some of it has detrimental effects like poison or other effects.
Help! Ah, yes, the best way to avoid Tigrex attacks, running around in circles on an anthill.
Let's see. Oh, another one, especially now that we're talking about the holidays, Gos Harag. So Gos Harag, some might like see him and say, oh, it's like a Yeti. Yes and no. Because I'm sure that was at least part of the design of the monster specifically. But he's actually very directly inspired by a type of yokai called the Namahage. And the Namahage were basically like a kind of Oni that had to do with their New Year's ritual. And Tim, as you know, since I posted about it on social media, last night was Krampusnacht, or Krampus.
Oh my god. Oh.
And so it feels very appropriate to talk about this as another punisher of naughty children around the winter season. Because you see, on New Year's, it was said that the Namahage would come around, and if any like kids had been disobedient or lazy to their parents, they would come and punish them. And it became a regular tradition for in some villages, and it still is today in some places, for people in the town to dress as the Namahage and like go around like demanding like offerings and like basically scaring the shit out of kids to make sure they've been good.
Love that.
More specifically, one of the Namahage is shown to, like, one of them's shown to have a red face and one's shown to have a blue face. They're usually coming in pairs. And one is shown to have a large knife that he carries with him. Well, Gos Harag is a large, blue, Oni-looking thing who creates a knife of ice on one of his hands. Or Gos Harag. I might have said Namahage, I can't remember.
You said Gos Harag. I think you pronounced it. I think you said Harag, but like I'm pretty sure you said Harag.
Point is, like, he's this large, like, bear yeti type creature that like has an Oni like face that resembles the blue mask that is worn for the celebration, and again like creates a giant blade of ice over one of his arms.
That sounds fucking cool.
Nope.
I also think there's a mechanic where he'll go into a rage and his face will turn red, which is also a fun detail.
That's when he gets out the blades.
Oh, right. So wait, it might be the red one that has the blade. I can't remember.
I think the red one, only when he's enraged does he get, like, the blades.
No, I mean Namahage, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Let's see.
Well, which one would you describe as Santa? Also,
Well,
Violent
no,
Night...
neither of them are, like, the gift givers. Namahage are Oni. They're not gift givers.
Well, yeah, but also...
No, typically it's the blue one, because, for example, both to, like, give context to Tim and just to have it for visual reference, this is two people dressed as Namahage, and this is Gos Harag. Again, he's also one of my favorite like yokai monster designs in this. Let's see. Have I skipped one? I feel like I have.
Well, I guess there is Sunbreak monsters, but I haven't gone there yet, so I've been trying to keep that on a spoiler minimum level, even though...
Whoa,
No, I know
this guy.
Yeah. Also,
That's
I now remember which one I was skipping, and it's also a fantastic one. Rachna Kadaki.
Oh, yeah. Please leave me the fuck alone. Sorry.
Tim, how do you feel about spiders?
I like spiders.
How do you feel about widows?
You gotta elaborate on that one.
How do you feel about possessed? I don't remember.
So basically, Rakna Kadaki is mostly based on the Tsuchigumo, which is a yokai that is a large spider, either with a humanoid face or a bovine face. And I do mean large, like bigger than a truck.
I'd fuck it.
Specifically, though, another aspect is that Rakna Kadaki is designed in a way to resemble a traditional, like, Japanese wedding dress, like a bride at a wedding. So it kind of combines the myths of, like, ghostly brides as well as this yokai.
I'm playing Hexaterrestrial and Fall Guys.
Extraterrestrial? Ah!
Terrestrial. Basically, you gotta make sure you pull off the giant hexagon.
Yeah, but at least the panels regenerate.
Yeah.
Wait, that's what weak looks like?
Hey, 4 people got eliminated so far.
So it's hard to get to find a photo on their wiki gallery of her like in a good pose that represents this. But this is the monster itself. And let me see if I can find a good picture of Tsuchigumo.
Oh, fuck. Please leave me alone, Mr. King Rex. I didn't mean to disturb you in your lair.
I mean, this is like the very classical painting of Tsuchigumo, so that'll do. And
Oh, that's terrifying. I don't like that at all.
and then, like again for reference, like use these poor people who I don't like, who are just strangers. But this is like a traditional Japanese wedding dress. Like it's specifically like the long, like flowing white robe and the large white hood are what factor into the monster's design here.
And it uses its children to kill you.
That too.
Classic spider maneuvering.
Let's see. It's not a monster you'll ever fight, but there's where is it? There's Bombaji, which is just a bunch of Tanuki that explode.
Oh no, you can always fight Bombaji.
I mean, yeah, but it's not like a real fight.
Oh yeah.
It's more like kicking them around and then they inflate and explode.
Yep, but like you can kill them because you need Bombaji parts for some gun lances.
Well, yeah, no, you can kill them. I don't think I was ever denying that.
Oh. You're just telling me it's not a real fight, and I'm sure that any noob person fighting a Bombaji would accidentally get himself killed. Luckily, I am a professional, and I've died once per hunt, losing about 1/3 of my profits every time. So really, I've lost 1/3 of my money so far. Fuck!
I would love to see Kevin do bounty hunting in Red Dead.
I would be fucked, because other players and I don't mix well.
Well, you can go alone.
As long as they honor the code or something. Then maybe it'll be
monsters
fine.
that aren't explicitly like yokai based. I guess there's fucking what is it? I mean, Arzuros is just a big ol' honey bear.
Oh yeah, no. Azuros is very fun. His enraged form, I don't know if you've gotten to Apex forms, but man, Apex Azuros fucking hurls a giant rock at you.
But like, Tim, for context, it's literally a fusion of a badger and a honey bear, and normally he'll be too
It's a honey
distracted.
badger.
Like, yeah, no. Normally he'll be too distracted, like looking for like something to eat to bother with you unless you antagonize him.
Yeah.
It makes a fun little like difference from the normal like attack on sight monsters.
What is going on? Oh, it's doing the thing where it's stuck in a wall. Oh, I broke its back.
Damn.
It
I
got
already
stuck in a
established.
wall and I broke its back.
Oh, I did say that Almadron was based on Dorotabo, but physically he's designed after a Chinese dragon, what with the whiskers and all that.
Whisker?
He's a big old muddy dragon.
Yeah.
Dragon. We are flaming dragon.
Let's see, what else is in I don't know. Tim, you might like Furious Rajang, because he, back in the old classics, he would tear out a piece of the earth and just huck it at you. He'd take out giant tree logs if he was in a forest map and throw it at you.
Pretty bad.
Not yokai based, but Lagombi is just a giant rabbit koala that wants you dead.
Yeah, and
Wait,
throws
Gumby?
snowballs at you.
Lagombi.
Am I gonna fight Pokey too?
Yeah. Volvidion is just like an armadillo that licks you and you get paralyzed.
Actually, Volvidon might be based on something. I can't remember. Let me remind myself.
Armadillo. There you go. There's your joke for the night.
Well, clearly you already squandered my very clever and elaborate Kitsune Miku joke.
No, yeah, never mind.
yeah, I missed that.
Volvidon's just a big old exploding armadillo
Yeah.
with like an anteater tongue.
Shit.
It pulls you in, and then he shits on you, and you can't use potions. Or you, at least it eludes a gas so foul. Ah, and I just hit the next story rank.
Elder, I have important
Ah,
news.
voice acting. I forgot about that. The good old classics. What
While
is
we're talking about yokai, I might get Ghostwire Tokyo if it goes on sale. That game looks fun.
Ghostwire?
Yeah,
It looks good. That's the guy with the yokai.
it's
mask, right?
basically the premise of the game, as far as I understand it, is one day, mysteriously, every person in Tokyo vanishes with the exception of one guy, and the city is overrun by yokai.
Okay, I like that.
We have discovered the whereabouts of Thunder Serpent.
Oh. Oh shit.
The one Wind Serpent Ibushi calls his queen.
Oh my god, they found his tier sub. Where his subs
The
go?
rampage may finally come to an end.
Sorry, for context, there's the Wind Serpent Ibushi, who's always looking for his queen, and we just found the location of his queen, so we can finally have access to all of his sub money.
The guild has issued a request to the hunter
Sorry.
Right on,
responsible
dude.
for defeating Ibushi.
Queen. Notice me, queen.
I know he wasn't introduced in Rise, but Kezu is based on something very special.
Think you can handle it?
A penis.
Of course.
That's on TikTok, everybody.
Of course.
That's on... If you ever want to see a recap of fucking fighting Kezu in an...
To us, or I'll wipe the floor with what's left of you.
Cool.
You're my biggest... No. The village's biggest hero.
I'm being sent to my own death.
This together.
You're being sent to the Shadow Realm, Kevo.
Your courage is an inspiration.
Well,
Seeing you face the calamity has given us so much hope.
Yep.
Whatever happens while you're out there, never forget that your family is waiting for you here. All right,
so why is it
everyone.
just me?
Our hunter's about to face the biggest
Of all these
challenge.
motherfuckers, it's just
Let's
me,
all get to
Kevin,
work.
fighting the final boss. Can't even see my face to be like, how did I get shoehorned into this? Oh, of course now everybody wants to talk to me.
Oh, Thunder Serpent Narwa and Wind Serpent Ibushi are both based on Raijin and Fujin.
Wait, Fujin? That's the
the-
Elder.
Well, Raijin and Fujin are the Shinto gods of thunder and wind. Two
Oh.
demonic-looking brothers that basically fly around competing to see who can cause the greater storms.
Cool. Now make that a romance couple. And you got
Well, also,
Winsor.
doesn't Narwa eat Ibushi?
I haven't gone to that part yet, but yes. Yes, she does.
Welcome to the hub.
Because she's got like a second form called Narwa the All-Mother, where she like gets a power boost.
Yeah, she loses an eye and gains a spear. It's very weird.
Well, more specifically, their actual origins. Raijin creates thunder by hitting against a circle of taiko drums that hover around him. And Fujin creates the wind through a giant magical bag that he keeps around his shoulders.
I wish you luck.
Rice cake.
Uh-huh.
Also, Raijin also ties into a bit of folklore, which has like a lot of folklore. It was meant to scare morals into kids. Where Raijin was always accompanied by a creature called Raiju, which was the Thunder Beast, literally, is what his name means. And it was said that Raiju would sometimes fall asleep in people's belly buttons, and then Raijin's thunder would wake him up and he'd just explode violently out of whoever he fell asleep inside of. This was basically a very long-winded way of trying to encourage kids to not sleep with their belly hanging out because that would cause them to catch a cold. But some took it as far as to like encourage their kids to sleep on their stomachs.
I actually haven't been here. It does look nice.
Lightning and thunder.
My point is, folklore can be really weird sometimes.
From deep down below, a surreal tableau.
You know what else is really weird sometimes?
Your wiener.
You don't know that.
Oh,
My king. Oh, my king.
I know, but I couldn't
Come forth.
pass up the similarity to the phrase. You know, it's funny. What? Your wiener.
Mr. Thriller.
Oh yeah, they released the first trailer for the Last of Us series, and I couldn't bring myself to even watch it.
Tear apart the skies.
I'm sure the games are perfectly good. I just can't bring myself to care about Last of Us. I really can't.
Pave the road to paradise.
Especially when they keep trying to make me pay full price for a game that's like how many years old at this point?
9.
ah, crap.
Nearly a decade old.
I need to change my armor set, because it's obviously the Lady of Thunder is obviously lightning, and I didn't think about that going in. Did I? Okay, I did.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing I forgot to mention, is while in the design elements some of these yokai references can be more subtle, in the armor sets with some of them it's a lot less subtle, specifically with the one I said is based on the Tengu, Bishiten. Because all of Bishiten's gear that you can get from him just looks directly like a Tengu stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even a question at that point. Hell, I think if you put it on your Palico, he literally gets a little bird mask.
How come you never wear bird mask, Jack?
You think I don't want to?
Alright.
Also, technically, there was that time for Halloween I went as a plague doctor, so
Oh, look at that.
I did wear a bird mask.
Oh, the large monsters list has been updated. Its mouth is twice my size. Oh shit. Oh fuck.
Kevin's gonna get vored by the monster.
No, better. I just walked right into 2 electrical attacks, and now I'm instantly stunned. And now it's using its... Ooh, I forgot about this attack, the golden ring attack. It shoots out, like, little lightning Cheerios at me, so I have to dodge the Cheerios. Ah, fuck. No.
Dodge the Cheerios, Kevin.
I gotta avoid the Cheerios! No! No! No, All-Mother.
I'm just imagining someone, like...
Fuck!
Someone flicking Cheerios at you and you're fucking Matrix bullet timing out of the way.
I didn't bring any healing with me. I'm fucked. Kevin, the genius monster hunter. I forgot to restock on healing items. I'm going to die. Why is it
Hey,
shooting
wait.
lasers that way?
Wait a second. I've beaten another game on stream. I just remembered.
What'd you beat?
The Quarry.
Oh,
Oh
fuck.
shit! But did you get the good ending?
No.
Then fuck off.
Fuck. Now she's shooting 2 Cheerios at once.
Tim, no one likes a trophy whore.
No, I know.
Do you want to be like Tank Evans from the hit animated film Surf's Up?
Kinda.
This is for my lady, Leah. I'm gonna say that one more time. Leah. Tank, are you polishing your trophies again?
Well, this isn't too bad so far. I'm
Surf's
at...
Up is so much of a better movie than it deserves to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
Because
good.
it's such a weird concept to describe to people. It's a mockumentary surf movie about a surf competition, but they're penguins.
Why are they penguins?
Because
Why not? Penguins can't fly, but can they surf?
the main penguin is played by Shia LaBeouf, and he's from Antarctica, where everyone thinks he's a weirdo for surfing because it's Antarctica.
Oh.
Okay.
There's
And-
another character who's not a penguin named Chicken Joe.
Right, and what's his deal?
He's a
He
chicken.
learned to surf on one of the Great Lakes,
Oh,
How?
and he's dumb.
got it. Any other details about this character I need to know about?
None. His father was eaten as Kentucky Fried Chicken.
And who's playing this character?
I can't remember.
It's John Heater.
Okay.
Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Do I want to get No More Heroes 3 on PS5? Do I care about this series enough to buy
I was
it?
gonna say, have you ever played a No More Heroes game?
No, I haven't.
You know, for being...
Wait.
for having
Yes.
absolutely 0 health, I'm doing okay.
Oh, and how could I forget to mention some of our other hit characters? There's gonna be a scummy talent agent character. You know, as much of a stereotype of this type of archetype as you can think of. And we got this great casting for him. Notorious sociopath and nut job, James Woods. This will
That's kinda-
never become poorly aged.
Kind of perfect casting, I'd say.
And our villain that's not James Woods, is gonna be played by Diedrich Bader.
Oh,
He's gonna
fuck.
just be this big, tough douchebag who's not very smart.
So, any role played by Dietrich Bader.
Exactly.
Genius.
Is there a mentor character in this movie?
Yes, he's a fat old penguin played by Jeff Bridges, who used to be a really cool, like, in shape penguin who was a surfer. But now he's not. He's fat old beach bum penguin.
Got it.
Because
Okay.
he lost
And
or
his
something?
brilliant secret identity is he used to be called Big Z. Now he's called Zeke.
So I'm never gonna watch this movie now.
Wait, you didn't let me finish. We've got actual sportscasters, Rob Machado and Kelly Slater, as penguins
Why did
of
you
themselves.
Why did you start with that? I'm just kidding.
We cinch him with Machado and Slater. Hell
Oh.
yeah.
Who
Oh.
plays the girl penguin in that movie?
Fucking Zoe Deschanel.
Of course. Whoa, guys! Resident Evil Giraffe Blowjob is $7.99 on PlayStation Store.
Wow,
Wait.
I still don't want to pay that.
Hold it. Hold it. What is Resident Evil blowjob? What?
Resident Evil 6, where the 6 on the cover looks like a giraffe getting a blowjob. It looks like Jeffrey the Giraffe, the Toys R Us mascot, getting a BJ.
It was the 90s. They just opened up the Times Square location. He was having a really good time.
What the fuck?
What do you mean? Wait, good question, Jack. Are they doing a Control sequel?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Now, here's the real question. Do I want to play Control again?
I mean, how long ago did you play it?
I beat it about a year ago or two.
Weird gaming news. Smite released a 3D platform fighter spin-off called Divine Knockout, aka DKO. I saw them advertising this. All the characters are just chibi designs of Smite characters.
Nope.
Oh, Tactics Ogre Reborn came out. That's cool.
I thought it was already out for a while.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, it released last month. Why the fuck is it still listed at near the top of new games? Oh my god, Hello Neighbor 2 came out today. I care.
God, I can't believe they finally did it, guys.
Like, why when I... Oh, it's because it sorts by best-selling for some fucking reason.
I guess a lot of people liked the original Hello Neighbor. So much that they
Did
thought...
they, though? Because in my
Maybe?
experience, interest in it dropped the further along they got to a final build. Like, it's like that's the game that's stuck in pre-alpha so long that people honestly grew more attached to the unfinished build that they were disappointed by the final game.
I see. Please.
It's like the opposite of Minecraft when it took the official game a while to actually come out. Because I think when Minecraft first became popular, they were only in like the alpha stage, I think.
Also, I'm remembering why now they had it sorted by most popular. It's because PlayStation has a real problem with shovelware right now.
I mean,
I'm all for opening more avenues. I'm all for opening more avenues for indie games to get on like major platforms. But goddamn, we need some kind of content moderation because this is absurd.
I mean, what do you mean, Jack? We've played such great indie games on this channel.
Don't even start. Don't even start.
What? Are you saying you don't want to play Pantsu Hunter for the PlayStation 4?
I forgot Superliminal got a console port last month.
Oh no, this looks like a big attack that I'm gonna get fucked by. Oh fuck, I jumped over the cannon that might stop the super attack. Well, it was nice knowing everybody.
There he goes. Wave goodbye, Jack.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Oh.
What?
Oh no. Oh, I survived the ultimate attack. Oh, I did not survive the ultimate attack. Oh shit. So it did like a little spirit bomb and nuke the entire arena. I'm still alive somehow.
Yeah, did you survive the ultimate attack?
Yeah, I survived the ultimate attack. Ow!
Going through some of the other games that have released recently, Marsupilami got a game, and if you don't know who Marsupilami is, I don't blame you, you're American. Marsupilami was a popular comic character from Belgium. I don't know why he has a new video game being marketed in the US, but good for him.
That's pretty cool, though.
Nice try. Oh. Never mind.
Oh.
Fucking amazing try,
Also-
apparently.
I won't be streaming this game, I promise. I am going back to Horizon Zero Dawn, so I haven't.
I need to finish Forbidden West. I like that series.
I haven't touched Forbidden fucking West yet, sorry.
Kevin, language.
I'm being shot at by spirit bombs and electric lasers. Lasers.
Oh, man.
I hate that this thing has 2 mouths. It makes me so unnerved.
It's raining outside. Sweet.
Yeah, it's been raining all day here too.
Oh,
I
it's just
think I've said this before about Midnight Suns. Well, I don't think I'll play that game for quite a while because that type of game isn't really my vibe.
Yeah.
I do respect the hell out of them for when it came time to have Ghost Rider. They put Robbie Reyes in there. That was a ballsy move, and I respect it.
Question: is the bow the only weapon Aloy has in this whole game?
No, she should have a
Not-
spear.
Yeah, I mean, like, as far as ranged weapons, yeah, but you've got different types of... Well, no, actually, no, that's not even true. You have different types of bows that do different things, as well as different, other different weapons, including, like, spear launchers and a whole other assortment of shit. Don't worry, you have more than a bow.
Wait, do I get a melee weapon? Is what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I
Should already have one?
Let's see. And then check mine. Oops, that's not what I pressed. Why would you ever make that an option? Oh, yeah.
Why the fuck does everybody want me dead? Oh, I guess I am kind of invading her territory, trying to kill her, but then again, she wants to kill all of humanity, so I'm not sure how I feel about this.
Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay.
What?
Nothing.
Real quick, Warhammer 40k put out a, like, 2D side-scroll shooter where you play as orcs called Shooters Blood and Teeth. I just needed to share that, like, that fantastic title.
Oh yeah.
Is
That's
it
another game I
Warhammer
haven't
Orcs
finished.
where if they believe it's hard enough, it'll be true?
Yeah, orcs are kind of stupid that way.
Yeah.
Like, they literally believe certain colors do different things, and then they do. For example, they believe yellow makes things luckier, so they'll paint a lot of stuff yellow. I think they believe red makes things go... Either red makes things go faster or makes them blow up harder, so they paint, like, that kind of stuff. That
I think
yellow
red
might
just
be...
does
No,
more
wait.
damage.
Yeah, no, yellow might be speed. I can't remember the details of that.
I think yellow is speed, purple is immortality, and red is damage. But then
What
again,
the fuck? There's a new Joe and Mac game. Who asked for this?
maybe it's just a remake.
No, it's called New Joe and Mac, Caveman Ninja. This is a new game. They
They're
insist.
ninjas.
Well, I don't... Caveman Ninja is singular, which makes me think it's a different character.
Caveman Ninja. It sounds like a really bad Grindhouse movie.
It does.
That's the next sci-fi movie, obviously.
Oh, Sci-Fi Channel.
Yep.
There's a game called Bloodwash that's thumbnail is just a very generic image of a washing machine with a superimposed skull that still has hair on it in the washer. And its tagline when you open the store page for it is, excuse the language, Womb Ripper Strikes Again.
Stop.
Excuse me?
You heard me.
I am so uncomfortable now.
I am uncomfortable looking at this.
I mean, it's not as bad as when Tim was like looking through Steam and we found what was it again? Like, fuck Hitler 2017 or something.
Did I?
But that's a title everyone can get behind.
Well, but it was a dating sim.
Oh, that's what you said. That kind of fuck it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Kanye's favorite game right there. Sorry, it was
It was too
Too
easy.
soon, man.
No, not too soon, just
Okay.
too easy.
fucking. All of a sudden, we start getting a lot of hate, and it's all like different pages made by Kanye West.
Yo, wait, what the fuck? Monster Hunter Rise is getting a PS5 port?
Wait. Fuck, I bought the wrong... Well, it's weird, because, like, it already has the computer port, right?
It does?
Yeah. It's on
I
PC.
didn't know that.
Soraku, who, like, is one of my brother's old college friends who does, like, a bunch of streaming, he plays the PC version. Which is why I haven't called him up and be like, yo, you want to do some Monster Hunter? Because that would have been...
Well, apparently it's now getting ported to the other consoles in January.
Oh, this isn't good.
Wait, hold on. Oh, sorry, I thought it was the same day, but it's 4 days before Tim's most anticipated game of January.
Shut your mouth. I know what game it is. Look, Jack.
Stop punching Cheerios at me! Sorry.
Look, all I can say to that is, Jack. Oh, and I can do magic now.
God, it's so bad.
The
What?
trailer is so bad.
Again, like, I don't share your optimism that the dialogue is going to be magically better in the actual game.
The dialogue of the game probably will be terrible, but the game looks like a lot of fun, and I want to give it that chance.
What are you guys talking about?
Forspoken.
Oh!
The dialogue from the main character sounds like it was written by Joss Whedon in the worst way.
My friend actually was really interested in that game.
But no, that, visually I think it looks really good, and like the magic looks very visually interesting. But as soon as I heard her start talking, I couldn't stand it.
That's the death of some characters right there, the dialogue. Ah! Like my dialogue of getting fucking hints while trying to hold a conversation.
As for me in January games, after Callisto Protocol has been getting kind of reactions, I'm really fucking pulling for the Dead Space remake. I
Yeah.
need my space horror.
Are you sure you don't want to just do like one day, just a redemption run where you play the entire game again, but beat it and
Well, that
not suck?
Dead Space 2. Maybe one day, but not right now. When does Resi 4 remake come out? Not till March.
Nope.
Like a Dragon Ishin comes out in February.
Like a dragon.
Yeah.
Well, so it's a spin-off of Yakuza Like a Dragon. It's kind of odd. It's like
It takes place in like the past and just uses like the character faces, but it's still like
the
skill.
characters all look like the Like a Dragon characters. Actually, they just look like Yakuza characters in general from like different generations.
Yeah. I think I don't want to call it a remake. I think the new one has like the friggin' like Kazuya series added to it. No, stop. Not the laser. Anyways.
Skull and Bones. I hope it turns out well. I'm not optimistic of what I've seen.
I'm not.
Especially because, as I've said, Ubisoft, it should have been so easy for you to make a pirate game. Should have been so easy.
Oh, I did it.
So again, I hope it turns out well. I'm not gonna hold my breath over it.
Okay. Naru's freaking out, and
Dead Island 2, the game I genuinely thought we'd never get, is coming out in April.
she's down. And she fell into a hole. Wait, how am I supposed to carve that? Damn it! Oh.
Some new AAA One Piece game comes out in January.
Really?
I might see if my brother gives a shit about that. I know he likes One Piece.
I have to also talk to my brother about that.
One Piece Odyssey.
Here we go.
Interesting.
I actually saw a video today that cracked me up where, hold on, I gotta find it.
Come on, let me into the hole. That's where the kill is. That's where the big carves are. How am I supposed to get my Narwa gem if it's in a hole?
I saw a video of some dude trying to gaslight his girlfriend that Soga King was not Usopp.
Oh my god.
What?
So
Oh yeah.
Tim, you're familiar with Usopp from One Piece, correct?
Let the guy with the nose.
Yep.
Yep.
Got it. Yes.
Just watch this
Yeah,
video.
buddy.
Hold on. There you go.
Excuse me. Maybe, but
Wait, is there a Dragonator button?
Atomic Heart looks interesting, just like for aesthetic of its setting alone. That
Down
comes out in
there.
February.
Can't even see the bottom.
Don't care about Octopath Traveler 2.
Minoto?
I'm sick of Square's side studios pumping out these like RPGs that's all sound like they were named
I
by
can't
an
sense
algorithm.
Rawa anymore. I don't think she's here. Thank you.
Very impressive. I gotta say, Squirt, you never disappoint.
I'm still surprised there's a new Theater Rhythm game coming out.
Manoa,
she's mad.
Minoto, how about
I,
that?
now that
I mean, if you were being so
Everything's
obviously gaslit, you would be too.
Then let's all head back.
I think my
Like
favorite.
he's not even really trying to like sell it convincingly.
He's like, no, it's a different character.
Oh, never
He's
mind.
from Sniper Island.
I got a gem actually out of this.
Why would it be Usopp? He's got his own theme song.
That's my favorite argument. He's got his own theme song.
Never mind the fact that he has Usopp's nose and his fucking slingshot.
Mhm.
And his hair, if you look really closely.
Yes, but and basically his clothes from the waist down,
The same
or from
height.
the neck down. The fact that he's Usopp in everything except that cape and the mask is our point. Do we have a release date for the Hollow Knight sequel? I don't think we do. Silk Song.
Excuse me. I didn't even know I keep forgetting they're actually planning on doing a sequel to that.
Can we?
No,
Jack,
we can't.
Can you put a picture of Fugan with his mouth open? Because he has canines that make me think he's a vampire. Like, look at the size of those canines. Of course, now his mouth is shut. Stop making me seem insane.
I mean, he's just a big ol' like.
He's a big dude.
He's meant to be like the tough old guy who's like the old guard.
Yep. And then he has friggin' giant incisors. Or canine teeth, I mean. Incisors are different.
E.
My queen, my queen.
Oh yeah, I
the
was looking
time
up
to converge has come.
Oh god.
Silk Song.
They're gonna fusion dance now.
Soon
Okay, it doesn't look like we have a
our
release date as of
shall
yet.
roam across the earth. Let the storms howl and the thunder roar.
But again, Hollow Knight is such a fantastic game that I'm very excited that they're getting a sequel and that they seem to be putting a lot of effort into it.
Yeah.
Hollow Knight.
The interesting thing is Silk Song was originally planned as a DLC for the original game, but it just grew into a full sequel, and I love that.
So it's just it's basically the Mario Galaxy 2 situation.
Kinda, yeah.
Or the Saints Row 4 situation.
We don't have a solid release date for it other than just that it's next year, but the Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection, I'm excited for that.
Nerd. I'm just kidding, that's cool.
Wow. Apparently
Well,
I've
because I didn't really have a lot of exposure to classic Mega Man
Oh,
growing up.
wait.
Like, I had Mega Man and Bass on Game Boy Advance, but that's about it.
Hold on. I can actually go to Sunbreak now, but I haven't beaten the main story. Oh shit.
Then you'll beat the main story first if you're not a coward.
I mean, of course I'm not a coward. They're still alive, apparently. Because, you know, we didn't follow them into a hole.
Oh, I've been waiting for you. Which quest would you like?
What else? The Killer Clowns from Outer Space game comes out soon.
I don't even get why that's getting made.
Again, there's been a rise in asymmetric horror games,
Well, like,
and And I think, judging by the fact that it's appeared multiple times the past few years at Halloween Horror Nights, the license owners for that are trying to do something with the brand.
Yeah, because fucking... What is it? that franchise has really had a random resurgence.
It attained cult status, and clearly the owners of the whatever studio made it took notice of that.
May the spirits protect you.
So it's not even that good.
I love Killer Clowns. It's so cheesy.
I do like the cotton candy thing.
The cotton candy cocoons.
Yeah, I like that. That's fun.
They drank our blood out of cotton candy cocoons with big old bendy straws. Or big old crazy straws.
Welcome to my shop. Mm-hmm. See you later. Oh, hello.
Kevin has never seen this movie and has no idea what we're talking about. That's the
I
funniest
actually
part.
spaced out for a solid minute because everyone in the village wants to talk to me. So what is it?
Well, basically, Kevin, an alien species that happened to look and behave like circus clowns came to Earth with the intent of capturing humans to feed off our blood.
Wait.
They do this by encasing us in cocoons of a cotton candy-like substance, and then using big old crazy swirly straws to drink our blood out of the cocoon.
What the fuck?
Yes. And they are ruled over by their mighty and powerful leader. Hold on, sorry. Pausing for dramatic effect and to give me enough time to get the picture in there.
Is this... what?
Jojo, the Clownzilla.
But I had a fart the moment you did that, so there you go.
Thank you for your
Oh no, Clownzilla is coming from Tim's ass!
No.
But no, like, definitely, like, the past couple of years, they've been trying to take advantage of the fact that the movie got a cult status. But both between the fact that I've seen it multiple times at Halloween Horror Nights, not that that's a bad thing. Every time I've seen it has been fantastic. And also the fact that I even, at Spirit Halloween, when I was costume part shopping this year, I saw a bunch of animatronics and costume pieces for Killer Clowns. Like, I think I sent a video. There was an animatronic of Tiny with his boxing gloves.
Yeah, you did send that video. Sorry.
You're good.
Fucking trying to find some Blaze from Striders. Where the fuck is a Strider?
I think it's one of those water striders? Like...
No, Striders are the Rams.
I've been taking out Watchers, so maybe that's the same thing.
Or like the horse ram things.
Oh. Yeah,
Let me see.
you're right. I forgot what you were playing for a second. I thought you were
Nice.
talking about water striders.
Got it. Nice.
You did it.
Oh, I can craft fire arrows now. Sweet.
So yeah, a lot of machines have blaze canisters that you can like knock loose to. You can either knock them loose or you can explode them to cause damage. Blaze is basically their terminology for like explosive fuel.
I gotta do this side quest real quick. It was just made an option. I'm gonna do it.
I will say, I think part of what kind of like let Killer Clowns become such a cult classic, the makeup and like animatronic mask effects are fucking A+.
Yep.
Oh, they're fun.
Like, they're creepy as all hell, and they're very well done.
Keep forgetting what the fucking buttons are. But yeah.
For example,
Is
to
it...
prove my point and to traumatize Kevin, here's a good old close-up of one of our clowny boys.
Yeah, I was about to say, did this start off the whole trend of people dressing up like killer clowns?
No, because this movie came out in 1988.
Yeah. I wouldn't even call it one of like the movies that made people afraid of clowns. It's too goofy for that.
I'd blame it.
Yes.
Which
It's definitely more responsible for the fear of
which
clowns.
is ironic because that came out 2 years after Killer Clowns, the Tim Curry miniseries, not the book itself, obviously.
No, of course. You know what's funny?
Well, hold on. When did the book come out? Not that I think that had as big an impact as like clown phobia. Okay, that came out in '86, 2 years before Killer Clowns. Interesting.
Yeah. Shit, man.
Oh, also, Kevin, they fly around in a spaceship called the Big Top that when it lands looks like a giant circus tent. But again, it's called the Big Top, not only because that's what you call a circus tent, but when it takes off, it looks like a top, like spinning.
Yes.
It's nice to know that they were masters of wordplay and drinking blood.
They also at one point try to hide the Big Top inside a fairground because, you know, perfect camouflage. And when a security guard finds them, they kill him with acid pies.
Well, someone's taking notes from the Joker. Stop.
Like, they literally just bombard him with all these pies, and it, like, fucking melts him into a, like, big pile of, like, pie and, like, blood. And then one of the little clowns comes and puts a giant cherry on top. It's very dark humor that way.
Well, as killer clowns probably are.
I was gonna, if you like cheesy, like, horror comedies, watch Killer Clowns. Who was the actor? Yeah, John Vernon plays the police chief who, God, he's been in a lot, but like, what could I say that he's recognizable in? He was in Animal House, obviously.
Who was the name?
He was fucking, the Dean.
Oh, that.
Thanks.
Again, the dude had a talent for playing tight-ass authority figures. He was also in Ernest Goes to Camp.
Didn't see that one yet.
Quite an escalation.
What, going to camp?
Versus killer clowns that melt people with acid pies.
I mean,
Ass-pized.
Ernest Goes to Camp actually came out 1 year before Killer Clowns. He was in Heavy Metal.
The animated movie?
Yeah. Then again, John Candy was in that too, and Harold Ramis, and Eugene Levy.
Do like a little bit of Eugene.
I'll always think of him as the dad from American Pie,
That's what he's most famous for.
or the dad in Schitt's Creek.
Which his son did.
Yep. Just gotta bash these faces in and call it a day. Fucking goddamn.
I like the sound effect of your globe thing that comes through the controller.
Oh, does it do one of those things? The ones where
Oh,
like...
for the focus.
Yeah, the focus, that's what it is.
I forgot Horizon Zero Dawn did one of those controller things.
Yeah, it's just a fun little, like, making use of the chat speaker in the controller.
Yeah. It was the
Like it's the kind of controller effect. It's not necessary, but it adds a nice little bit of immersion. God, I know I posted this yesterday just for Krampusnacht, but I found like that full like picture of the concept art for Krampus from the movie of the same name, and
Yeah.
it's just, the design is so fantastic.
It is a cool looking monster.
Like he's covered in these heavy rusted chains with like big like jingle bells all over them. Like the bones of what you hope are all animals tied to his back. Like the bumps from like this large monstrous spine protruding through the robe. Like kind of like giving further credence to the fact that like this is some horrific monster hiding behind that very not convincing mask.
Fucking Krampus, man. Also interesting that in the Dead Meat episode of Krampus, they don't actually do a kill count; they do a capture count.
Well, because it's left ambiguous if anyone actually dies. Except
Yeah.
that one postal worker. I'm pretty sure he died. Because the guy who's found like frozen in his car, in his truck.
Yeah, like Krampus, what the fuck? Well, I
That
guess
guy
it's
was
just
just collateral damage.
These are the available
it's like
passes.
happens at least once a year, I swear.
Again, I think the creepiest part of the whole design is that he's wearing that creepy like face mask that's meant to like be a mockery of Santa, and you're pretty sure it's made of an actual face.
oh, that's fast rank is too much for me right now.
Tim and I discussed this. I'm definitely more of a fan of this movie than I think he is.
Which one?
It's all right.
I love a cheesy holiday themed horror movie, and I especially love one that has a lot of creative practical monster effects. Like their clown is terrifying in that movie. The Jack in the Box.
Yes, yes.
The elves are a nice design, an interesting design, kind of like they like read as these like very folkloric monsters that we've just ascribed the term elf to because we don't know what else to call them. Let's see, what else? Let's see, Krampus 2015 film. Is there like a good site that'll have like just I could probably just find it looking at images. Ugh. Fair warning, if you ever try to Google this movie, you have to clarify 2015, because otherwise you're going to get every other shitty Krampus movie. Although, even then, you're not fully immune, because there's a few mockbusters that managed to come out the same year.
Yep.
Let's do this!
Damn it, motherfucker.
Shock traps aren't actually really good against Rojang, so I fuck up, it gets recharged.
Go!
Detailed map.
I think one scene that I thought was just a great effect in that movie is when they have him come down the chimney, and he literally causes like the wall of the chimney in the house to crack just due to how large he is as he forces his way down.
This is the one that we're talking about with like the little kid, right? That tears up the letter.
Yes,
Okay.
the one who tears up his Christmas letter after he's humiliated by his cousins.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Here's the thing I don't get about that movie. Why is that kid being punished and not the cousins?
Well, the cousins are like the whole family's punished.
Yes.
So there's your answer.
Like one of the cousins gets fucking dragged up the chimney because he's a little fat ass who fell for a gingerbread cookie trap.
Oh, yeah.
That shit was funny.
Oh, nope. Want to go this way.
Like kids saw a fucking gingerbread man hanging off of a metal hook hanging in the chimney. It's like, okay.
Yeah, alright. I'm hungry.
Well, the kid was pretty one note of being fat. Eats a lot.
Classic character.
But it's also implied that it was like how he was like raised to like to encourage that behavior. I think one of my favorite like gag moments in that whole movie is when it looks like one of them's the uncle is gonna get attacked by one of the gingerbread men, and the fucking bulldog just comes out and eats the damn thing. Also, context for viewers who don't know, the 2015 Krampus movie was made by the same wonderful team as the movie Trick or Treat, which is another horror film based around a holiday. This one, a anthology movie based around Halloween folklore.
Yeah.
Both were directed by Michael Dougherty. Very cool guy.
Also directed Godzilla vs. Monsters.
He did.
Yeah. I know a lot of people have a lot of mixed thoughts on Trick or Treat as a whole, which I kind of get.
And Godzilla vs. Kong.
No, that was Adam Wingard.
Well, he was involved.
He might have had like a
I think he was a pretty credit on it because he's listed for it on Google. Also, fun fact: the mascot character for Trick or Treat, Sam, who's meant to be like the spirit of Halloween itself, because his name is short for like Sam Hain Samhain.
Yeah.
Originated from an animated short Dougherty made in '96 called Season's Greetings. It was just it was a funny little short just about Sam going trick or treating.
Yeah. If nothing else about Trick or Treat, Sam's a really fun character. Just a really fun little Halloween mascot that I really like.
Like on the surface, he appears as if he's a trick or treater with a simple homemade costume, but his like role is to enforce the rules of the holiday. And if you like force away the mask, you find this like horrific pumpkin creature underneath.
And
Okay,
of course,
so it might have been he had a writing credit on Godzilla vs. Kong, because he also has another interesting writing credit. Would you like to know what it is?
yes.
Superman Returns.
Ooh, rough time, pal. I will say, another funny thing about
First off, he co-wrote the story for Godzilla vs. Kong. That's what it was.
yeah, another interesting thing about Sam from Halloween or Trick or Treat. Lots of slutty Halloween costumes. Just an abnormal amount of slutty Halloween costumes for that character.
Of this tiny pumpkin demon.
Yes. Goth girls saw that and they're like, okay, this works.
So have you heard, so I want to clarify that people I've heard bring this up recognize it's not like a very big issue in the grand scheme of things, but it is like something kind of personally concerning to them because we've seen it before. I've seen some people worry that Wednesday is going to cause Wednesday Addams to get the Eddie Munson treatment.
Do tell.
Just a bunch of like fucking influencer types, like doing like cosplay and riding off the character as if like, oh yeah, I've always loved this character. It's like, fuck y'all.
Yeah.
This is the kind of character you would have bullied the shit out of in high school. Don't come at me with that. Oh, I love this character.
I mean, here's the thing, you never know, but also,
No, of course, I don't want to generalize against all people, but
also
that's
timing
definitely out there.
the timing is too close.
again, it happened with Eddie Munson in Stranger Things 4. It's happening with Wednesday, for better or worse.
I love the meme of just different different posts saying, Jenna Ortega said this in a GQ interview. I'm like, did she?
Also, to criticize Kevin, Kevin, when you get a chance, this here is the character we've been talking about, Sam. He's a cute little fellow. Look at his little burlap mask, his little pajama onesie costume. His big old, his pumpkin, his big old jack-o'-lantern lollipop that totally doesn't use as a knife. But, you know, that's a very round burlap sack. I wonder what he's wearing under there to keep that shape. Oh no, that's just his face. That's just how he looks.
Happy camper.
Move aside, Pumpkinhead. This guy deserves that name.
He kind of does, but Pumpkinhead is also a very good monster.
Oh yeah, no. I love the core concept of Pumpkinhead as like a monster. It's like it's purely something that is self-wrought by the person who summons it.
Yeah.
Like it's purely comeuppance.
Fucking love it. Oh, so I watched the kill count for fucking Truth or Dare.
Oh yay!
I now understand why if everybody compared it to Smile, or why people compared Smile to it. I will say, however, Smile is definitely a much better movie.
I kind of figured as much, but I still can't take Smile seriously as a concept.
Yeah,
It just feels very silly to me.
my friend explained to me the plot of Truth or Dare. Is it true that they just are like, alright, the entire world, get in on this shit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Why? They're like, oh, we're gonna
Because
die,
the
so we're gonna kill the entire world now?
Well, no, because it's basically the It Follows logic where you can't really stop it. They can't really figure out a way to stop it, so they just do what they can to buy themselves time, even if it's very selfish and puts other people in danger.
So the entire world.
Yes.
Yeah.
God damn it.
What was it?
Also, why can't they just be like, I truth or dare you to get me a popsicle? Why is it always like, I truth or dare you to rip out your
the
tongue?
game's run by a demon, and when they try to do shit like that, it backfires.
So, Kevin. Smile. Jack, you say you can't take this movie seriously?
Because it's basically It Follows, but with that fucking same awful smile effect from Truth or Dare.
Cal Penn is in it.
Fucking
You
what?
You know, Kumar.
No, I know.
And guess what? He's not the comedic relief.
I mean, good for him branching out.
He's actually really good, man. He puts in a really good performance. The actor who plays A-Train is in it.
The actor who plays who?
A-Train from The Boys.
Oh, yes.
By the way, you know the writers for The Boys are writing down everything Kanye's doing right now.
Of course they are.
Fucking, I saw that tweet somewhere. I'm like, yeah. Fuck, who else is in that movie? It really is pretty good.
Oh, Tim, did you see the music video I put in the shitposting chat earlier today?
No, what is that?
Red Flags by Tom Cardy. It's a comedy song about a guy who's on like a first date with this girl, and they start doing small talk like, oh, what's your favorite food? Fish. Oh, mine too. Oh, I love cartoon dogs. Oh, I do too. What's your favorite movie? And she confidently answers, Human Centipede.
Oh no.
To quote the song directly, that feels like a red flag. I don't want to get stabbed.
I mean, yeah, fair enough.
He's no.
Like, basically, as soon as that question is broached, the girl just starts going on like a whole thing about how much she loves Human Centipede.
That's a
It's a funny song, and the music video makes it so much better.
I'll have to watch it after the stream. I will say, Human Centipede, I have not seen it. I do kind of want to check it out just to see like what the fuss is all about.
But will you watch Human Centipede 2?
Oh, every person I know who has seen the first one has gone on record saying you absolutely do not need to watch the sequels. It's almost incredible how many people have said the sequels aren't worth your time.
I mean, I'd argue the whole series isn't worth your time.
But I've heard positive enough things about the first one to make it worth my time.
Get back here!
I don't know. That movie has like one of those things where it's like there's just not enough. What's the phrase I'm looking for? It's got. It's just too much for me to deal with right now, so I'm just gonna not even. Because if I remember the plot correctly, it's about a doctor who really likes sewing people's mouths to places where there shouldn't be sewn.
Yeah, no, it's the whole plot of the first movie is this creepy German doctor sews 3 people ass to mouth.
Creepy, scary German guy.
Creepy, scary German guy.
I couldn't help.
AKA the biggest curveball Ernest, was it Ernest Scared Stupid, gave us?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say the guy who does.
No, what am I talking about? It wasn't Ernest.
Monster Squad.
Yeah, it's Monster Squad.
I swear to God, I thought you were gonna
Ernest
say.
Scared Stupid had a perfect hit. That's what I'm thinking of.
Fucking, because the Monster Squad's like, wow, mister, you sure know a lot about monsters. He goes, I suppose
Yes, I
I
suppose I do. And then the camera just pans as he closes the door to show his fucking numbers on his wrist from fucking the Holocaust. Just
like,
fucking hardest curveball you've seen thrown.
It's like, what?
This was a fucking movie about kids fighting the classic monsters, and you're gonna do that to us?
Yeah.
Then again, it's the same movie where Dracula calls a little girl a bitch.
Yeah.
The
and it's
90s
awesome.
were a magical time.
They were.
The 80s, but yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize it was the.
No, I mean, I don't think you've ever heard of this one before, Kevin.
I just remember the fucking South review. That's where I know it from, unfortunately.
Yeah. Hold on, I'll be right
But
back.
I haven't seen the movie myself, though, no.
Really good.
Stop.
You know, I could hypothetically take out this beast right now, but probably better off not doing that.
Do it! Go on, kill me!
Come on, do it! I'm right here! Kill me!
Yeah. Please stop.
No, I won't stop.
Not you, Rajang. Also known as Angry Suplex Monkey. Not really Suplex Monkey, that's a lie. Angry Toss Me Monkey and then, like, styles up to me and then punches me if I don't move out of the way in time.
Be careful!
Wasn't that a thing in the Crudes too? The punch monkeys?
Oh, Rajang is the biggest of punch monkeys. Fuck.
I don't know why I expected to get a genuine answer out of that question, but
I've never actually watched the Croods.
I've never watched the Croods 2. But I'm saying if they're called the punch
Well,
monkeys.
I haven't seen the sequel as well, but I'm talking about the first movie. I'm sorry, Kevin.
What?
well, no. If I'm remembering correctly, yeah. In the sequel, there's an entire race of apes that communicate through punching each other.
Yep, that's a Rajang.
Yeah.
Except these guys go Super Saiyan. Yep, and there's one where, like, it loses its tail and it's just permanently Super Saiyan.
Okay, so it's just an outright Dragon Ball reference.
Maybe.
I'm gonna see if they acknowledge this on the wiki. Hold on.
God damn you. I mean, it is like a great ape, so it is probably just a reverence to Sans help! Sorry. I think it was introduced in Unite. Okay, cool. It's in trapping. Oh, fucking Basil Goose, not now. I need that thing alive.
Put down a trap!
Rashang, no! Leave the Bagel Goose alone! Sorry, I had a seizure.
Be careful!
Like I get on the trap, you son of a gun. Do it. I'm right here. No, Gossarag! What the fuck are you doing? Holy shit! No. He didn't even want this! Sorry, I'm having a little episode watching a fucking... Jesus Christ, Rashang, I'm right here!
So, like I thought, there's not really any official acknowledgement of it, but people are very much in agreement.
Yeah.
It's a reference to Dragon Ball, right? It's basically just a Nozaru with horns.
Sprung the trap!
I also forgot you don't throw the trank bombs anymore, you chuck them on the ground.
Like, it goes Super Saiyan, and you can bring it out of its rage by slicing off its tail. It's very much just an Ozaru.
And apparently, it is the one of the only monsters that can hit you out of a pitfall trap.
Good job, buddy.
Like, it just flails in the trap so much you get to take damage from it.
Ah, shit, my back. Oh, my back.
You shit your back.
No, my... God damn it. When I said it, yes, it sounds like that. Nah, my back just kind of hurt for a second.
Man.
What? He watched the death of a monkey punching a man in the face.
Yep. That was the last 20 minutes of my life.
No blitz. I ordered you from the dark web, Jesus Christ.
Welcome to the hub. Which quest would you like? Good luck.
No rept. What the fuck? Oh, Jesus. Alright, I'm gonna hop off here. Good night, fellas.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Tim.
It does kind of annoy me with the Dead Space remake coming out next year that, as it stands, none of the previous Dead Space games are on PlayStation.
That is interesting. Maybe it's because they had a deal exclusively with Windows or something?
I know that the original game did for a bit, but I don't know how long that held up. Like, it doesn't really matter too much to me because I have, like, 1 and 2 on Steam if I feel like playing them, but...
Oh, apparently I'm being stupid. I've yet to use any one of my equipment slots.
Hello. These are the available quests. Come back anytime.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, remakes and games are weird, and like the kind of consoles you design them for are also weird. So like it's from nowadays it's weird to see what gets on like a what like the Persona series latching out to other consoles is pretty weird to me because it's always been like a PlayStation exclusive, right? But now you can play it on like your PC and all your other platforms.
Yeah.
And it's weird because Persona Scrambled, which I got for the Switch, was the only one to like... Oh my god, this bird. Was like the only Persona game outside to really get like an exclusive like console port. Like it only used to be PlayStation. Now it's like branching out to everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah, so it's just weird to see like what sort of fucking goddamn when they decide to branch out to consoles is what I want to say. Yes.
Listening to you try to like discuss this topic while also struggling with that fight is fucking hilarious.
It is. I'm not even in a fight right now. I'm trying to remember the not the scatterbug. Fuck, the spirit bird. But also scatterbug, because maybe I want to go shiny hunting for scatterbugs apparently. But yeah, no. I also should apologize for the freak out during the last episode. I just got really scared seeing Rajang go ham on the last two monsters. Because Basil Goose came in and was like, oh, I'm gonna fuck up your hunt by killing it. I'm like, no, don't! And then Rajang was like, just kick the shit out of it. And it's like, have you ever, like... It was basically like if you put me in a fight, like, basically, no remorse, just like, the thing's dead. Already, just leave it alone. Oh, for fuck's sake, Basil Goose. I know you're in the game. Leave me alone.
He exists to cause problems. You need to learn that.
Fuck. Well, yeah, but now he's going to be my solution, because I'm going to use him to Wyvern Ride.
So I know Tim was joking earlier that Resident Evil 6 was on sale for like $8.
Yeah.
But if you want a Resident Evil experience that's actually worth that, like worth your time and makes that a good value, Resident Evil 4 is also for $8.
The original?
Yes.
Well, the one
like
where the dog is alive?
The PS4 port, but yes.
Oh! Sorry. I just did Basil Goose's Mountain Punisher, and I didn't expect a giant Basil Goose to fly at me. But anyways, what was I thinking?
It feels weird seeing Monster Hunter Iceborne still listed on the store, because then they like ended service for it.
They ended it. Here's the thing: they kind of. I gotta double check again, but they did end like all the event quests and stuff for it. But like the online community, did they end the online? I don't remember, but like I know that like the PC version has like all sorts of mods and stuff that's keeping it alive, like on the PC.
Yeah, but like that's not that surprising.
No, of course not. And like honestly,
PC communities are weird.
And honestly, for like a Monster Hunter game, it's still like one of my favorites.
Oh no, I thought it was a great like. As someone who that was like my introduction to actually playing Monster Hunter, I'm pretty fond of it.
Yeah. I don't know. I want to say like it might have been a little. It sounds douchey, but but like it might have been a little too good. Because now new players are expecting all of the stuff that they added in
all the stuff that was pretty unique to World in Rise.
Yeah. And then they released Monster Hunter Generations X, which is the hard version of that. Which was like, you don't get the tent back in the day, basically. You have to take what you take. You have to craft items, like, in the heat of battle to survive. Just, like, doing all that stuff. So, when the tent's all done and stuff, Monster Hunter Generations Double Cross kind of didn't pick up well on the Nintendo Switch and stuff. So then they tried...
Kevin.
What?
Sorry to interrupt, but the PlayStation 4 edition of Family Feud is only $9.89.
Oh, God. I can't wait to buy another fucking game where the online service takes forever to load until the point where we realize that it's out of date. So for records, my friends and I convinced me to buy $10 to play a game of Family Feud with them. Like, maybe just a singular game and then we forget about it and play Smash or something. But, apparently, the online services are so underutilized, or they just ended. So, getting Family Feud is only a local player thing now. Which, by the way, if you want, like, a really good local player, versus game, there's actually a game on the Switch called Boomerang Fu. Oh, fuck, a turf war. I forgot these exist!
Real quick, so if it wasn't obvious, I'm going through the end-of-year sales store page on PlayStation. You know what game I find kind of funny, just because PlayStation really thought this was going to be their next big IP, and then they never did anything with it again? The Order 1886.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that was a thing, too.
Exactly, most people did.
Like the vampire...
I thought it was werewolves.
Well, no. I was thinking about a different one. I think the Order 1866 is werewolves.
86.
But I was thinking about the game Vampire, which was like a game where...
Oh, no, that's another thing. That's another game.
Yeah.
Let's see. The Mega Man Zero ZX Legacy Collection is only $15.
Oh.
I never played the Zero games. I remember seeing ads for them, but like they were just like too soon for when I got into the series.
Yeah.
Or too early for when I got into the series. Like I just missed it.
I think my brother was challenged by my friend at one point to beat one of the Mega Man collections, like one of the Mega Man games.
Uh-huh.
I think he lost the bet. So he sent a video without context one day. And generally I was at like college or work until late at night, so I always miss those bets. Like my friends finished the end of the kindergarten series, where apparently it gets super whack, but I only see like the first parts of them, because I was like, oh, I have to go to work tomorrow.
Oh, Kevin. If you want to start a new series and want one of us to suffer, Alien Isolation is on sale for $8. It's the collection with a bunch of the DLC,
Yeah.
too.
I wish I wasn't such a coward.
Likewise. Especially with that game. That game freaks me out just because something about how unstoppable the Xenomorph is freaks me out.
Well, that's...
Like it doesn't even feel like it's unstoppable in a bullshit way. It feels like very like in-universe realistic that you can't really kill it.
That's the reason why I don't like true horror movies, because I hate the idea of like... It's the reason why I kind of differentiate Resident Evil from most horror games in a stupid way, because I can actually fight back against the evil.
Yeah, I get that.
Most horror games, you don't. And that's why I define as like a true horror game,
Like,
where all you can do is run.
for most of the game, the most you can do against the Xenomorph is blast it with a flamethrower and scare it off.
Yeah, and then it has like advanced AI or something that makes it learn where you are, and sometimes if you're hiding in a locker, it'll randomly decide to open that locker that you're in, and you're just fucked.
Real quick, Persona 5 Ultimate Edition feels very deceptive, because I feel like it's trying to be confused with Royal.
Hold on. I'd have to actually pause the game to check.
I think it's just base Persona 5 with all the DLC.
Yeah. Yeah, because they did have that at some point.
But, like, and even when it's on sale with 77% off, it's still $20.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not paying that much for the literally by definition not
Just
the
like,
best way
it's
to
just
play
a
the
bunch
game.
of like accessories and costumes, really.
Yeah. But no, I'm not even paying $20 for what is objectively not the best way to play that game. Much less the full price of $85.
Yeah. I'll be honest, like, Persona 5 Royal is easier than the actual Persona 5 game.
You think?
Yeah, because they added a bunch of, like, new mechanics. Like, there's this boss.
Because it's meant to be the most, like, refined, polished version of the game.
They added a boss, right?
Yeah.
So, this boss, he paints you, and then you're weak to an element, right? And then you have to use, like, all the different elements to kind of, like, paint the, I don't remember if this is in the original base game, though. Base game, right?
I don't know.
And then he kind of turns into his original form. Like, oh, this is Madarame. So Madarame becomes like a painting monster. And
Yes.
you attack his, like, weak points by using different elements, right?
Okay.
Then he then in the Royal version, they just kind of make the fights longer. That's what it wasn't easier, they just made the fights longer, really. But, like...
Like, added some more unique mechanics to the fights, though.
Yeah. So, yeah, so he splits up into, like, four versions of himself, right? Each one with a different color representing each element.
Kind of reminded me of that one raid boss in the Omega Raid series we did with the evil painting.
Yeah, yeah. But you paint him instead, I think. I can't remember if that was 2 or not. But basically, you use his own paint against him. And then he, oh, fuck! And then he basically is weak to all elements now. But what was I thinking about? Oh, fuck, what was it? Grind? No. Fuck, what am I fucking saying? It's easier, but, like, in a good way. Because they changed the grinding mechanic. Like,
okay. See,
Mementos has, like, XP boosts and whatnot.
Okay, that's a good thing, though.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I remember that. There are fucking, goddammit, there's more hidden items. Like, there's just more to the game.
Well, yeah, no, again, because it's meant to be, like, the definitive way to play Persona 5.
Right. But now I'm wondering, there's something about the game that made it easier for sure. Oh! Ambushing is a lot easier. Because because basically, you meet an acrobat, Kasumi, and she fucking teaches you acrobatics, and one of those skills is you fucking use your grappling hook to latch onto the backs of enemies when their backs are turned against you, and to like ambush them, because there's a mechanic about that, where if you hit an enemy from behind, they're ambushed and stunned.
Going back to the idea of new series to start on this game, I know I pitched it a couple times. Did I ever play Bioshock on this channel?
I think you tried to pitch us to play Bioshock, but, like, we both did. So you're like, oh.
Oh, yeah, no, I was trying to see if anyone hadn't played it, because I thought that would make it more interesting.
Yeah.
But I honestly wouldn't be against, like, playing the remaster on this for a stream.
I think I have all of them on my fucking PlayStation.
I think I do, too. I don't know, something to consider.
For sure. Yeah, honestly, oddly enough, Persona's kind of a Christmas game. It's not a Christmas game. That's a lie. Why did I fucking say that?
It literally takes place over multiple months. What the fuck are you talking
Well,
about?
that's because I think Persona 5 ends on Christmas, technically. Stop eating your cacti and focus on me. Anyways, yeah, I don't know why I thought... Now I'm confused, because I found something annoying about it. What was it?
Maybe it's just the fact that you'd probably already played through Persona 5.
Yeah, no, because I
Found it
finally...
easier playing through it again.
It's because I learned what fucking technicals are. And that made the game so much easier for me.
So it had nothing to do with a change in the game design, it's just that you knew what you were doing.
That's literally why I found it easier, goddammit!
Now the question is, which Bioshock? Because like I said, 1 and 2 got a remaster, and then there's the complete edition of Infinite.
I actually never did everything in 2, honestly. Me and my brother, we got kind of tired of trying to escort this one fucking little sister.
I wouldn't mind playing 2, I like 2.
Yeah, 2's pretty good. One's also
God,
good.
I forgot Persona 5, the dance game did a crossover of cosmetics with Catherine.
Oh no! In Persona 3, you actually meet the guy from fucking Catherine.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Like, is it the same devs?
Yeah,
that
it
why?
is, because it's the same art
Okay.
style.
Yeah, I was gonna say. That still feels real weird.
Oh, wait, there's something else that was Catherine related that was weird. What was it? Oh! Joker was a character in Catherine.
What?
Yeah, there's like a little bonus mission where Joker does like some puzzles or shit. I can't remember exactly the details, but if you Google it, I'm sure it'll pop up, like Joker Catherine.
You know, the weirdest part is that doesn't really sound that far-fetched when I actually think about it for more
Well,
than a few
when you
seconds.
really think about it, all Persona
Yeah.
protagonists are kind of...
Also, there was also a cosmetic set in just regular Persona 5.
Yeah.
Not just in the dance game.
You know what?
Among other things, it included a sheep costume for Morgana.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's funny because, like, the whole game is about, like...
Dreams.
Yeah, well, also, like, the guy has, like, multiple relationships, too. So, like... It's weird. Because because the Joker's sub-story
It
kind of...
makes sense as, like, a target,
Yeah.
weirdly.
Yeah, honestly, Joker kind of also matches the characters. Because, like, it's weird how they announce it. They're like, oh, boy. You know, normally I only appear to people who have multiple relationships, and all the girls in Joker's group are like, yeah. Weird, huh? Because, like, I think it chimes into the Valentine's Day ending. Where, you fuck up, and you're in, like, 50 different relationships. And then you choose to hang out with Ryuji instead of any of them. And then you die. But, yeah, no, fuck it. What was fuck.
I'm just scrolling through, like I said, I'm scrolling through the end of year sale page on PlayStation. And, like, a good amount of, like, base, like, non-royal Persona DLC is on sale. Like, there's Asterios and Asterios Picaro.
Yeah. I wanted to do a playthrough of Persona 5, but only using the DLC spirits.
So, like, Izanagi,
Yeah.
well, if you do Royal, one of them is, it just gives you Raoul early.
Does it just give me Raoul?
Like, the Persona pack in, like, the bonus Persona pack, if I can find it again, for Royal, one of the ones it gives you is just regular Raoul. It just gives it to you early.
Oh.
Well, let me see if I can find it.
But yeah, I have debated, like, doing challenges for myself, like, just basically, like, maybe advanced forms, Arsene only. I've been trying to figure that shit out, because, like, it actually is not that hard to do. This requires like a lot of training in advance, but like, yeah. Let us know if you want to suffer or whatever. In fact, what games do you think we should play? Comment or whatever. Kill the Diablos.
Is it?
It's funny because I did.
Yeah, here it is. The Persona 5 Royal Persona bundle comes with Izanagi Okami and his Picaro version, female Orpheus and Orpheus Picaro, Athena and Athena Picaro, and then Raoul.
But no, I think you still have to fuse them, don't you?
I don't think you do. I think it just gives them to you.
No, because you have to fuse the DLC spirits. I remember.
Oh,
that.
okay. So it just gives you the ability to get them a little early.
I
maybe.
mean, you could also just like go to the compendium and buy them, I think.
I mean, but some of them it makes sense. Like Orpheus, Athena, and Izanagi probably weren't in the game on their own, so that makes sense.
Oh,
And then Raoul, it probably just gives you the ability to fuse him a little early.
oh, thanks, Tree. What's up? Oh, hey, Epic 149. Thanks. Oh, Optic. Sorry, Optic. Thanks for the follow. Trying not to die. Could you please not kill me? I prefer to never die.
I think one of the most terrifying cosmetic sets for this whole game is the Velvet Room costume set that just makes Morgana, it gives him Igor's nose and eyes.
Yeah,
It's horrifying.
it is what you call the worst.
Igor's got those bloodshot eyes, and then just gluing them onto Morgana makes it worse.
It might as well be a plague doctor mask with that nose, jeez. Oh, like that. This is the last Diablos I have to kill. Oh, fuck me.
Okay, that's kind of odd.
Wait,
Apparently one of the DLC packs. So I'm sure I don't need to tell you this, but with Persona 5 Royal, they had another party member in the form of Kasumi. One of the DLC packs is just all the cosmetics for Kasumi.
yep, that sounds about right. Because, like, I think, yeah. What is it? It's only Royal, right?
I guess. So weirdly enough, the only one that has DLC listed is the Ultimate Edition of Persona 5 Royal. Like the PS5 listing doesn't have any DLC listed, which makes me wonder if it's included.
Yeah, that's true. Like, that is the ultimate summary of this. Yeah.
But again, for seeing what DLC is available, this works, so I can just go back.
Yeah.
The Battle Bundle, which from the looks of it, I assume is just giving you the chance to fight previous Persona characters.
Yeah, it does. It allows you to fight 4 and 3.
Yeah, because there's that guy with Orpheus.
Well, actually, 4 is you. I should say it by his actual name, because they actually do give him a name. And I forgot how to do it.
But I'm me.
No, it's you. That's something fucking stupid and
You're
meta.
you.
Wait. Oh my god. My friend, I know this is like not a good example and you can't quote it on the channel, but my friends sometimes like die laughing because apparently my friend and his brother saw the fucking you me scene from Rush Hour 3. And those scenes are like not good. Like definitely those movies don't age well in a time of PC culture. But, like, there's just something about that whole scene that's just a little bit funny. Where it's like, I'm looking for you. Me? No, you. I'm you. You is me.
Yeah, I was correct. Presumably in an attempt to justify the full $60 price tag,
Yeah.
the PS5 port of Persona 5 Royal includes all the previous DLC.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Because technically it is just like an add-on. Like, I guess, like, business-wise, it makes sense why they don't do it.
I mean, at least they're trying to give you something to justify the full price tag.
Because, like, basically, the way they do it is they kind of do it like World, where like the DLC kind of rewrites the entire game. But like, basically, it's just a really elaborate expansion pack in my that's what all of them basically kind of boil down to in a way.
Yeah.
Holy shit, my Palico looted a Basil Goose gem.
Oh, good boy.
Good Palico. I'm just like, why, Palico? But no, but yeah, what the hell was I thinking about? Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm not trying to, like, shit on it, but that's just how they make the money off of, like, the game. They,
Real quick, I just want to say this, because, again, I'm scrolling through Persona 5 DLC.
Mhm.
If you download the swimsuit set directly to jail.
Yep.
Those are children.
Yep.
Spirits protect you.
What was it? Was it one of you two that I was like, oh, I really like the Persona series, and after I got super hyped about Joker the next day, you guys, like, sat down and played the fucking, like, swimsuit scene? And you're like, Kevin, is this why you like the Persona series?
That might have been Tim. I don't remember that.
I think I remember Tim doing that. Tim definitely did some shit like that. And I was like, God damn you, Tim. And I'm like, no.
Don't blame me. Blame the Japanese. No, that's fucked up.
Jesus Christ, man. Don't blame me. Blame Japan.
Yoink.
I am very happy to say that in the Georgia Senate runoffs, Raphael Warnock has defeated Herschel Walker.
Cool.
And not by an insignificant amount either. He had about just under a 3-point lead, or 3% lead.
Oh, dang.
I mean, again, it's not like basically the news organizations that track this stuff, including the Associated Press, are calling it here. It's at 98% reporting, and with that kind of lead, it's very, very unlikely that Walker will recover that.
Yeah.
With only 2% unreported, and from the look of it, it's the two counties, the two areas that haven't reported yet are in Atlanta, which has been voting pretty solidly blue.
Yeah. Oh, fuck no. Not the hole. Anyways,
With that, it is just a minute to midnight. I'm going to call it a night. Don't stay up too late, dude.
I won't. I'm probably just gonna finish up this one hunt. But then again, I will tell you my sleep schedule has been terrible recently. Because
Well, that's what I was going to say, is like when you don't have a lot to do, you do need to like make an active effort to not just let your personal schedule go to shit.
Well, yeah, but also I 100% in God of War last night, and it took me about until 6.
Wait, Ragnarok or
Ragnarok,
2018?
yeah.
What the fuck, dude?
I even went through the list of achievements, and I was like, what do I have to
Wait,
do?
Kevin, in the post game, did you go to Niflheim?
I went to Niflheim, yes. That's
So
one
you
of the...
found what was there.
I completed Beyond Ragnarok, yes.
Very good.
Very good. I approve. And then I went further beyond, and I forged the armor set. That was my last achievement. So I'm...
But god damn. I'll talk to you about it after the stream, like maybe tomorrow or something.
Yeah.
That twist fucked me up.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, man. No spoilers for the stream, but yeah.
No, that God of War Ragnarok is fantastic, and I really encourage people to play it if they can.
Of course.
All right, good night, everybody.
Good night. Alright, guys, speedrun time. How fast can we fucking finish this quest so I can actually get a healthy sleep schedule? And that's a lie, I'm probably gonna play this in my off time. Oh, the Ragnarok? Yeah. Wait. Yeah, I think I got... I don't know. For some weird reason, I decided to get all the achievements in both God of Wars, I guess. They're not that hard to, like, actually get, but I just decided to do them. Yeah. Honestly, it is one of those experience games, so when you kind of watch it in advance, it kind of, fuck. It kind of, what is it? Yeah. You know what, Hunter? I should have been listening to my advice. I was trying to respond to chat. But yeah, no. Most of it is just kind of like forging armor sets. They don't have you do like every single layer labor. They just kind of have you doing all the armor sets and whatnot. And then when you finish those armor sets, they're like, here you are, good job. And then you just beat the game, go to bed, see that ending, and then I think you're pretty much done. Just forge all the armor sets and whatnot, maybe kill a specific amount of enemies. I wasn't really paying attention to that, but yeah, most of them are just like the plot stuff. And just a few, so it's for PlayStation completionists who want all the trophies, it's pretty much a simple game to complete like that. Well, depending on what difficulty you play on, of course. You might play it on Super Master Ultra Dead, and you'll die a lot, but otherwise, yeah. I mean, you get really used to it. Like, part of the thing that really messed me up is I kept underutilizing how good that was. What was it? It's like immolation or like permafrost. I doubted how good that was, so I wasn't using it a lot, but in Ragnarok I was like, yeah, I gotta start using this stuff. It does so much more damage. That stuff requires a lot of perfect dodges. Wait, I'm hunting 3 monsters? Spin to win! Shit. That didn't work at all. Nope. No, I haven't gone to Master Rank yet. I haven't beaten the, Part of my problem is I got off of this game for a long time, so I haven't beaten the main quest line. So I'm still, like, on my high rank gear and all that stuff, but I could go to the Master Rank Island. I just haven't done any of the Elder Dragons or all that stuff, and I feel like I should at least beat the main game monsters before I actually go to the DLC and then have my butt simultaneously handed to me by whatever this afflicted stuff is. Because I've done my best to avoid all kinds of spoilers of what kind of monsters are there and what kind of movesets. Which is hard because like one of my favorite channels is a Monster Hunter channel, and I just didn't have that time. Oh sure, against me you'll do the fucking... Oh sure, against me you'll do the fucking triangle charge, but when it comes to one Rathian that I'm telling you to kill, you'll only do the one. I see how it is. It's because I forcefully injected you with, basically silly string. Wait, silly string? Metal barbs. Yeah. I'm going the wrong way. Fuck. At some point, you just gotta realize I'm going the wrong way. Topography. Looks like something else. Yeah. No, I'm actually surprised. Because, like, honestly, God of War the Ragnarok got spoiled for me a lot, and I hate it. But, like, for some weird reason, I managed to avoid enough spoilers that I didn't know exactly what was going to happen in that game. Meanwhile, this game has been out for a while, so I kind of know what all the monsters so far are, but, like, I haven't seen them in action, so I have no clue what the main new monster of Sunbreak is. Because I know there's the vampire one, but then apparently there's this wolf one, and I haven't seen that one yet, so... Eh. Kinda glad I managed to not be as spoiled on that one as a lot of stuff. Trying to concentrate. And it's dead. Oh, nice. What's your favorite one? I guess you're right. I don't know, I always worry that, like, silence is never bad in a stream, but I also worry that there have been so many moments where I ignore chat too much, and then I look to my left and there's, like, all this text, and I'm like, oh no! I had an entire community, and I didn't say a single word in the last 30 minutes. I guess that's fair. I mean, if it's a returning monster, I don't really care as much as it is a new one. Because, like, returning monsters, I played a bunch of the older games, so I do know what a lot of them are. But, like, the newer monsters, I'm trying to keep myself, like, a little bit more secretive of.
Let's see.
Like, Espinass, I haven't fought, but, like, and don't really know the moveset, but, like, I do know it's from, whatever that series was. It wasn't Unite, it was Frontier or something? Oh, yeah, I saw Gore Magala was back. 4 was, like, really good. Like, let's see, I think 4 was the game I played after Generations 3 GU, because, like, I was a Tri person. I grew up on Tri, which, oh boy, I'm kind of glad I don't have to fight underwater now. Like, sometimes I do miss fighting Caduceus, or whatever you pronounce it. But yeah, no, Gore Magala is a fun fight. Okay, Tigrex, I know you're an energetic little cat, velociraptor, tiger thing, but I need you to chill so I can hit you in the face with a hammer. need to stop leaving myself open like that. Hey, friend, could you not?
Get back here!
Yeah, I tried to get into Unite, but the only version I had was like the PlayStation Vita one, and online didn't work, so I got stuck on Ashen Lao Lang Shao? I forget its name. It's just the giant. God, one of my favorite Monster Hunter content makers call it Grandpa Rathlos, but I can't remember the name of that giant lizard with the castle siege. Shaolong? Was it? It'll come back to me. Ah, fuck. Yeah, the long dragon. Fuck. You basically fight him in like a castle setting. Say. Right. Friend. Oh, right, I forgot. Its mouth gets stuck in shit. Haha! Suck it! Chomp on this! Okay, well. Alright. Well, he did chomp on it, so I can't really exactly blame him.
Nice one.
No. Ah! I was right a little bit. That's all that matters. Shit.
Thanks, buddy.
Now that I think about it, I really should sharpen more to maximize my
He's fixed.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have access to Google right now. I just have access to my brain. And my brain is a misfiring, nonsensical logic machine. Stop, Mr. Tigrex. I have a family. I'm just gonna take this.
After it!
Does that mean there's a water hazard there? I forget what that means. I think there's a water hazard around here. If I can pull that off, that'd be funny. Yeah. It's right here, I believe. Yeah. I think if I get it to charge into this, or if I get it to wyvern ride into that.
You're mine! Your days are numbered.
expedite things. Come at me, Scrubwood. Oh, good shot. Of course, now is going to be the moment where I kill it. Yep. Of course it is. Loki, you are a majestical son of a bitch. Yep. I love you, Loki. You do such amazing bailing things for me, but like, clearly you didn't read the situation there. And I was like, oh boy, I can mash it in the face a little bit more. And, well, part of the exciting part of Monster Hunter is that you can't see the health bar. God damn you. I mean, yeah, I could, like... I could use a Stink Mink to get Ragna Kadaki over here, but I also have this, which I have yet to use. Alright. This looks like a nice hallway. Hey, are you ready to be betrayed by a spider? Ow. Oh shit. Well... why is so much of Monster Hunter just me eating shit at my own words? Dang it, child. I didn't kill the child in time. Don't take that out of context. Oh no. No. Please. Please let me live. Oh my god. Jesus, no. Nah. Just gonna eat this real quick. Oh, Spider's angry. I'm surprised they didn't add what's its name? What's that spider called? It starts with an N. Narspicious? No, that's something I had to collect in Dragon Quest. Which is also probably going to be Thursday, the new Dragon Quest comes out. Oh god, no. Narcilla. Yeah, Narcilla. It is Narcilla. That's what it's called. Surprise! I never knocked it down, so I didn't realize how long its neck is. Jesus! I also keep forgetting I can charge that. Let me read that later when I'm not being crashed by a giant egg sack. And death. Oh no, it decided to roar at me. How about an explosive toad for your day? I wonder if I can actually... Nope. Maybe I shouldn't try to break the one thing it's desperate for defending. Oh wait, I can break it! Oh. Rhinopolis, no! Oh, it is not going to be too happy about that. I like how this... Leave me alone. I like how this monster uses its children as a very valid source of dodging attacks. Like, it just kind of slingshots around. That's kind of cool about it. Fuck you. Hold on. Let me not die right now. Wait, what caused it to be stunned right now? Is it tired? Oh, it is.
Thanks, buddy.
Let's see, what is it? Oh yeah, Mitsu... what is it? Oh yeah, Bubble Kitsune. I love Bubble Kitsune too, he's good. Love the special effect of the bubbles. It's just like a little comically nice touch when you're trying to not die. I need to friggin' kill this thing. And death. Wait, is this... Oh, it's not. Oh, I was hoping this is a little slidey platform.
Yeah.
Oh shit, wrong direction. Oh, well that was unexpectedly cool of me. I actually did something good for once. I expected to full-on die right there, but no, I broke 3 parts. Because I'm great at this game. Oh, thank God. That's over. Oh, thanks.
Here we go.
Yeah, it's always nice. I would have loved, again, it's stupid, but like, I would have loved to seen this in world graphics though. That game was like really, probably as hyper developed as Monster Hunter will ever probably get for a while. Like, God, this game still looks great though. I really like the modern updates they did to most monsters. Alright. And, you know what? I think that's a good note to end tonight's stream. Thank you all for joining and whatever. Again, socials, we got them. We have all those links and whatnot. And yeah, have a good night, everybody. I don't really have anyone else to raid.
Job, buddy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I will say that about World before I leave, but it is a little, maybe a bit too realistic. Alright, enough of that. Have a good night, everybody.